Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I'm your host, the Ranting Monkey, and with me again is Dax O'Ryan. Say hi, Dax.
You are all diseased.
That's a weird way to say hi. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm all right.
Guys, I'm sorry. It's been a while since I did it, so I don't feel too bad, but we're going to talk about Miss Cortez tonight.
Oh, no.
Because she's a fucking idiot. And, man, before we get into that, I had a decent day. I really did.
Good.
Not too much pain. Well, no, I wouldn't say not too much pain, but I slept a lot. And Lady Monkey made a great dinner, and then she made shakes, and I had a chocolate shake. That was really good.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know, right? I really don't need chocolate shakes in my life, but God, I needed a chocolate shake in my
Who
life.
need chocolate shakes?
Sometimes I feel like you might. Guys, don't forget, the Ranting Monkey is brought to you by you guys. So if you'd like to support us here at the channel, like, share, subscribe, that kind of stuff. Tell your friends about this because they really need some monkey in their life. Who wouldn't? But you can also support it financially through YouTube there or through the Streamlabs. And don't forget, support Dax. His Streamlab link is also in the description there.
Yes.
So help out if you can. That's a weird thing. Help out. Give me food money. Is that a weird thing to say? Who cares? Yeah, Miss Cortez is on a tear. Somebody suggested the other day that the Green New Deal might have been a setup.
That's what I heard.
It might have been the Democrats going, this bitch needs to learn her place. We're going to drop this on her and see how she does. And she is not doing well. She's really not doing well. Her new, rather than actually supporting any of the initiatives in the Green New Deal, which, by the way, there's not many initiatives in there. It's just, this is what we would really like to happen. We're not going to tell you how we're going to do it, but here is incredible, inedible trout. Thank you so much. I should have been asleep 3 hours ago, so I'll watch this in the AM. But did you know Robert E. Lee was voted most likely to secede? Very nicely done, sir. And I hope we're entertaining when you watch this in the AM. By the way, it is AM here. It's 2 in the morning.
Yes, it is.
This is actually, even though we do Monkey in the Morning, this is actually this is how I close my night, guys. And it's wonderful. It's great to get to talk to you guys. But then sometimes I got to talk about Cortez. And, whew, God, she's dumb. She was talking about cow farts the other day. I'm not making that up. Because she's really worried about the cow farts. But her new plan, instead of defending any of the stupid shit in the Green New Deal, is to just say, hey, at least I have a plan. That's not a defense of the stupid shit you're saying. It's really not. Having a bad plan is not. Doing nothing is better than a bad plan. Because a bad plan can make things worse, you stupid shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's like, there's a video of her today. Look, at least I have a plan. And if you have a plan, then you have all the power. No, you don't, stupid. If you have a bad plan and nobody's supporting it, and even your side is going, ooh, then maybe, and I'm just throwing this out there, you should shut the fuck up. Be like, You know what? We need to actually look at this and decide how we're going to make sure that we take care of all people. That's still one of my favorite things about this. The original posting on her website where it said that they were going to take care of those unable and unwilling to work. And they pulled it down and like, no, that was an accident. We didn't mean to. Well, first they said that was never there. And then the archive came up and she was like, somebody put it there on accident.
You never saw this.
Never saw it. It didn't happen. Oh, God. But there was a big hubbub about the wording of unable or unwilling to work. She's like, that's not what we meant.
Yeah, well, but that's what it says.
And they really haven't changed it. That's the part that's weirding me out, because what it says now is that they will guarantee housing and healthcare and basic income for all people, all Americans. So wouldn't that include those who are unwilling to work?
Oh.
And nobody's asked this crazy bitch about that. They've all just let it go because she changed the wording. It's still the same fucking thing. But anyway, her new stance is at least I have a plan. You're a fucking idiot.
Mm-hmm.
And for those of you out there who get mad because I bash this fucking moron, I haven't done it in quite a while, and she's a fucking moron. And they're kind of letting her just sink right now. The Democrats, they're not coming out real hard and supporting it. The presidential candidates all came out and like, well, we like the Green New Deal, but none of them are coming out really hard on the campaign trail. Nobody in Congress is really backing her up on this as she runs all over the country talking about it. Because it's not a plan.
Maybe they're hoping she'll find the farm that she was birthed on and return there and graze.
Yeah. She's a donkey, y'all. Burrow bitch.
Very much.
Beth says, dumbass plan. It's not even a plan. That's the problem. It's not even a plan. The closest they get to a plan is the getting rid of airplanes. Which, okay, that's an oversimplification. But yes, high-speed rail so that planes become irrelevant. Okay. Do you realize, one, how much rail that's going to take?
How much power that's going to use?
And where the fuck are you putting it? I mean,
eminent domain, that shit? You get mad at us for talking about eminent domain on the wall, which is only going to be one, semi-straight line. You're talking about railways throughout the entire country, like highways.
Yeah, exactly. Because whether you know it or not, a lot of people travel from like LA to, say, San Diego. There's daily trips all over the fucking country where people aren't taking cross-country trips, you know?
That trip sucks, by the way, the one you just mentioned, because I used to live in San Diego. That sucked.
That is it's a shitty trip. I haven't taken it since I was a child, but taking it in the back of a Pinto wasn't pleasant.
Oh, the shocks.
No air conditioning. Do you remember cars with no air conditioning? Are you old?
Yeah, we used to stick our heads out the window.
Yeah, just roll it down and pop those little side windows, the wings. Who fucking thought of those things?
Those things are so stupid.
Lesser Logic says, yes, light speed rail. Why not? It has to stop. But where? Where are you going to put it all? I mean, and hell, you can't even get people to use public transportation in big cities and stuff. I mean, I guess if you consider cabs public transportation,
not what they're charging.
They're private, but like, look at the streets of New York, man. They're fucking full as shit. The Pinto did not drive over a bump and explode. No, it didn't. No. That was only a few of them, actually. But yeah, we had a Pinto station wagon. I remember that thing with wood side panels.
Always the wood.
Who the fuck thought wood was a good look for cars? Snubber, thank you.
Anything.
No, well, it's nice on floors.
Oh yeah, fine wood floors.
Snubber, thank you. I bet she wants to mimic Japan and get those female-only trains. Also, won't you have to dig up tons of green earth to make it? Yes, you will.
Yeah.
You will expend a shit ton of gas doing that. But hey, look, she has a plan, y'all. At least she has the power. She's fucking He-Man because she has a bad plan.
Oh, I like that she has that power thing, and she's been telling like the American people to sit down and shut up.
Yeah, I know, right? She's not good at this. And
no.
Look, sweetie, this ain't high school anymore. You can't just be the popular girl. You actually have to have a fucking plan, you stupid.
How is she the popular girl? She's not even cute enough for that. Unless she kept her mouth shut the whole time. And I find that hard to believe.
I don't know.
She must have had a shitty school. Was she like in one of those Riri schools?
I honestly I haven't looked up enough, and they're kind of secretive about her. Like right now, they're having a problem figuring out where the fuck she lives in New York. That's true. There was a big story about it in the New York Post today about where does Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez live? Because this is a woman who got elected by beating down Crowley, saying he never comes to his district. He actually lives in Virginia. Well, where do you live? She
Right?
keeps a she keeps an address at the apartment that her dad owned when he died, but no one's ever seen her there. The mail backs up, according to the mailman, for weeks at a time before somebody just comes by and takes it. But the neighbors, they actually have the neighbors saying, I've never seen this bitch before. Nope, thank you. I suspect she would say to replace the interstate highway system with trains. Though, even if we created at that scale, it wouldn't address quantity. No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't be enough.
No, you would have to have trains running literally back to back to back to back to back. And then you have to still account for stops.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a good plan. And again, that's as close as she comes to a plan in this whole fucking thing. The rest of it is just, oh, wait, I'm sorry. There's another plan in there to retrofit every building in the country to make it greener. Every building in the country. Do you know how many fucking buildings are in the country? Because we're talking not just high rises. We're talking every fucking business you've ever been to, every house you've ever seen. She wants to change them all, every fucking one. And again, she doesn't have a plan on how that's going to happen, but she's going to make that happen. And we're going to do this all in 10 years. And why in 10 years, Dax? Do you know?
Because that's how long we've got.
No, because we have 12 years.
Oh, right. I forgot about those extra 2.
Yeah, that gives us a little cushion. It's just like, God damn, she's stupid. Look, I have no problem with people wanting to do good and to say, look, this is something I think we should work towards. But she's putting this out there as though it's an actual fucking plan to do shit, and it's not. It's just not. It's but it's all right, man. She's the go-to girl when they want to know what's going on with the Democratic Party. Did you get to see the Dianne Feinstein video?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, it was great. For those of you who didn't see it, a bunch of kids looking like they age and range from maybe 8 to 16 or so. Peter, thank you so much. I heard monkey will make you acknowledge me.
Money will make you acknowledge.
Money, sorry. Look, I said monkey. I see my name wherever I want to see it. Thank you. Nope. On the other hand, once the socialists say that you aren't allowed to leave the city you live in, she will solve many of the transportation issues. You're not wrong. There was a cute thing I saw over on Twitter just before the show. It said, you can vote socialism, or you can vote to get in socialism, but it takes bullets to get out.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're not wrong there. Not wrong there. I would love to see her retrofit every building, but yeah, it really does look like they're trying to hang this on her. And one of the things that really cemented that for me was the Feinstein video. Because as I was saying, guys, you have kids maybe 8 to 16-ish, and some of them might be a little younger than that even. But they decided they're going to go talk to Senator Feinstein to get her to back the Green New Deal. And they go into her office. And this is a woman who's been in Congress for like 25 years. She knows how things work. She knows how. And she even says that to these people. Look, I know how Congress works. And they're like, you need to support this. And she's like, no. And they get pissy with her. But we only have 12 years. And she goes, look, I know what it takes. I just got reelected. And this one girl, she goes, we voted for you. And she goes, how old are you? The girl goes, I'm 16. She goes, then you didn't vote for me.
But she's old enough, and then I love it. Just cuts her off. It's like, no.
Yeah. And this, I mean, look, this is shit they do to conservatives all the time. She's like, what about the children? And it was kind of funny to see them have to deal with their own bullshit.
Mhm.
But yeah, she bitch slapped them, and liberals are like losing their fucking minds. James Colley, thank you. There's still lead pipes for our water in cities, and this thought is worried about green buildings. What a cunt. Yeah. For most part, lead pipes don't cause a problem. The whole problem in Flint wasn't the lead pipes. They've had those same lead pipes for decades. The problem was they switched water suppliers, and they didn't put in the chemical that keeps the lead from getting into the water. Oops.
Yep.
Yeah, they can fix it just by, putting that fucking additive back in. We only had 10 years ago. Yeah, that's another thing, John. The great thing about global warming is every time we miss the deadline for the point of no return, the deadline moves, and it
moved because we put all that effort into it at the last second. If we only did that it's just stupid.
Yeah, it's fucking retarded. If you go back to some of the stuff said in the late 80s and early 90s, New York shouldn't exist anymore. It should be underwater.
God, wouldn't that have been nice?
Yeah, I mean, no, because then they'd move all into the middle of the country.
Oh, they'd actually ruin upstate New York, which actually looks pretty nice.
Yeah, because it would be a slow rise, so they would have a chance to move out.
Can we
end up in like
all
Montana.
the bridges first?
What's that?
Let's just destroy the bridges first.
Oh, we could do that, I suppose.
Pull a Gotham on their ass.
Yeah, like take it, bitches.
You had your chance.
The river was too caustic, and they didn't add the chemical to counter that. Was the Flint thing? Yeah, they changed water suppliers, and the new water supplier fucked it up. That's what happened. For all the people like, they have lead pipes. They've always had fucking lead pipes.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is, they didn't put the additive in. And guys, you might have lead pipes in your own fucking cities because that's what they used to use everywhere. Because lead was cheap. Manhattan Island is supposed to be underwater. Yes, it is. Because of the global warming. But don't worry, guys. We have 12 years and 10 years to figure out Ocasio-Cortez's plan. And hopefully by then she'll be voted out of office because she's a fucking moron. All right, I'm not ignoring you over there, X. I was just talking, and when I talk, I tend to get in a.
No, it's cool, dude. We were having a back and forth. It was good.
It's not really. I don't know if it's a rhythm exactly. I get in a rant. That's what it is. I get in a rant. Upstate New York is almost as red as Texas, but Albany and the Rotten Apple outnumber the rest of the state. That is not untrue. Northern California tends to be pretty red, and they're just outnumbered. They need to move inwards. They need to move like to Arizona and get Arizona back to red. Oh man, what a day! I was looking at the news earlier because Scribbles was late to the show, and it's not because he had some work stuff going on. So I looked at the news, and it was when he's not there, I do the news stuff. So I was going through the news. I'm like, I don't care about any of this bullshit. I don't care about any of it. And we had some pretty big news. Venezuela's like turning into a shithole. Which, I mean, it's already a shithole, but it's turning into a violent shithole.
Oh.
So that's a little bit different. Oops. Socialism, y'all. We had the Manafort thing. There's a report out about how bold he was in his horrible crimes that he's done over the last couple of decades, and even after he worked for Trump. I don't care. I mean, unfortunately, I really don't care. Because they've, like in the Manafort thing, it's been in the news for so long. This whole Trump issue. Because this all stems from the Mueller, however you say his fucking name, from his investigation, is that the right word? Yeah, his investigation. So I mean, we've just been beat over the head so much. I just don't care anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they find something that implicates the president in something horrible, I don't care. Now, the one I did find that I don't know if I care so much as it made me laugh a little bit, and there's part of it I care about. What's his name? Bob Kraft? The dude who Robert Kraft, yeah. He owns the New England Patriots.
Oh yeah, okay. I know who that is.
He got busted getting sex in a spa.
Nice.
Yeah. That's it. The Orchids of Asia Day Spa was an open secret around Southeast Florida. Well, known for blending the opulent with the sordid. Online reviews on the site called rubmaps.com. Rubmaps. Fuck. Cited paid sex service in vulgar terms, including rub and tug. Another on Yelp.com noted a happy ending. It was here, aside a nail salon and Outback Steakhouse in the town of Jupiter, that the police say Robert Kraft, owner of the New England Patriots, was twice dropped off by a chauffeured vehicle. Worth $4.4 billion, he paid, the police say, between $59 and $79 for sex acts. An explicit police affidavit said the encounters didn't include intercourse. Here's why I don't care. I don't care about prostitution.
Nope. Doesn't hurt nobody.
Now, the original stories on this, and even some of these, this one might even mention it. They mentioned that they found this as part of a investigation into human trafficking. Now, if that's a thing, if these girls are being forced into this life, that's absolutely something that needs to be taken care of. But if these are just little Asian chicks who are tugging on somebody's wiener for a little extra money, I don't care. It's between them. They're grown-ass adults. Jack says that's some bargain shopping these days. I don't know. If he paid $59 for a hand job, I think he got robbed.
Fleeced. Yeah, super fleeced.
Now, if he got a blowjob out of it, yeah. I mean, depending on how old she was. You know, if she's like 69 and you paid $59 for a blowjob, I mean, maybe you can close your eyes and pretend she's beautiful. But if she's like in her 30s and you paid $59 for a blowjob, I think that's fair.
Yeah, but you're paying for experience.
Well, maybe, maybe she does a little lick thing. Hey, Jack, how you doing, man?
Good. How you guys doing?
I'm tired of fighting this fight. I need more people on my side. Prostitution needs to be legal.
I never disagreed with you.
I'm not saying that most of the people that either frequent the show or the chat tend to agree. I need Ocasio-Cortez on board.
On board or on board?
Oh, no. That's Jack's woman, not mine. Jack,
I'd have sex with her, not date her.
Yeah, right. You bang her, right?
Oh, yeah. But I won't date her.
Yeah.
She's crazy.
I mean, like, if I was, like, really drunk and hadn't had sex in a while, and she's like, hey, take it, I'd be like, all right, I'm going to wear some condoms, though.
At least two.
James Colley, thank you so much. There's a place where you can get a BJ or a hand job and then a steak. Got an address. Jupiter, Florida.
Oh,
that would be
Florida.
great, man. You go get I would actually do it the other way. I would get a nice steak and then go get, because it is an actual massage parlor. He got actual massages too. And then at the end, he rolls over and they do their little thing.
Why can't you be eating the steak while she's blowing you?
I wonder if that's a health code violation.
You might get it in her hair. That's not nice.
What, steak sauce? Should be fine.
I mean, imagine it dribbles down your chin and like into her earlobe. That's not cool.
Whatever. It just makes her smell delicious.
You tongue her ear for hours.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Jupiter is home to countless celebrities and sports stars, as well as the Trump National Golf Club, where the president golfed with Tiger Woods and Jack Nicklaus earlier this month. Excuse me. 30 minutes to the south, in an area around Trump's Mar-a-Lago club, there are $10 million homes tucked behind carefully groomed hedges and valet lines teamed with Lamborghinis and Rolls Royces. So you have all these very rich people who go hang out at it. That is a cheap blowjob for a billionaire.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a super cheap blowjob for quality Asian tail. Yeah, that's pretty cheap anyway. Unless you're in Asia.
Yeah, especially, I mean, if he's only getting the rub and tug. Didn't even get a blowjob, just got a hand job out of it.
Yeah. Well, if you go to like the Philippines, you get that for about $10. You get the massage and the.
But this is a place where a lot of really, I mean, isn't this what's the word I'm looking for? An inflation kind of thing? These are billionaires here.
Yeah, you'd think it'd be a couple hundred though, for privacy and security sake.
Well, obviously there was no security because they had fucking cameras on him. Hey, Peter, how you doing, man?
Hey, okay.
Peter.
What's up, guys?
Peter, how much would you pay for a hand job from an Asian?
Oh my god.
From an Asian. If I had to pay, I'd rather get one for free. But if I had to pay, maybe $35.
See, that sounds reasonable to me. That sounds reasonable. But this is a place where they have billion-dollar homes, so I feel like he could at least tip her and give her like $150. He's
if
a
I was a
billionaire.
millionaire or a billionaire.
Billionaire. What a dick.
I'd
But
give her a bottle of Cavossier and at least $100.
Still, I don't think any of this should be a problem. I mean, these are grown-ass adults. Let them do what they want to do.
Jordan raises a good point. Just make sure the chef and the masseuse aren't the same person.
Just make sure the sauce isn't from, anyhow.
Secret ingredient.
It's the secret ingredient. It's our special steak sauce.
Gross.
That is gross. But make prostitution legal. It's grown-ass adults doing their own thing. Connor Johnson, thank you so much. Do any of you plan on seeing the upcoming Elton John biopic, Rocket Man? Or does it not spark your interest? I'm a huge fan of Elton John. Is he doing the soundtrack?
I like Crocodile Rock. Saturday Night's all right. Rocket Man's good. Other than that, I don't particularly care.
Oh, I love Elton John. Your song, so many. But I don't know if I'd watch it, but as long as he does the soundtrack, I'll probably get the soundtrack.
Oh yeah, I'd buy the soundtrack in a heartbeat.
I'm not sure how much I care about his life.
He woke up one morning, put on the glasses, and he's like, "Hey."
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for him that he's had a great life. Cool.
I'm happy he didn't get syphilis.
He might have. You don't know that. He might have had a trip.
I saw the trailer for it today on a YouTube, just before a YouTube video. Apparently his real name is Reginald.
Yes.
I never knew that.
Isn't one of his albums like Reginald Strikes Back? I think that's true.
You know better than I would.
I feel bad that he looks like a troll, but...
Well, he does, but fuck, with his money, I'd look like a troll. And then I'd go get a blowjob from one of those pretty Asian women.
I never obeyed the no touching rule for the Asian part, though.
They don't have anything better to do with their police there?
Of course not.
Now, a place like Jupiter, come on, man. They don't exactly have a lot of crime, other than meth, which it's Florida.
Yeah, just leave the whores alone. Whores are people. They got feelings too.
Well, a lot of those Asian masseuse parlors around the country are all human trafficking hubs.
Well, see, that's what they claim, that this was a human trafficking investigation. All right. Then go after the human traffickers and leave the whores alone. The ones who want to do it, leave them alone.
Yeah, most of them didn't have a choice. I don't see charging them.
Miles, thank you. Hey, Monkey, do you think feminist leftists fantasize about Trump having an attraction to alpha maleness? Probably not. They probably fantasize about people in his orbit, though, because they hate him. They hate him with a passion that makes no sense.
That's why it's derangement syndrome.
Yeah, and well, maybe they want to be hate fucked by him. I don't know. I mean, I could do a poll on Twitter.
Hate fuck your enemy or Asian prostitute.
Do feminists secretly want to get hate fucked by Trump? I bet I'd get kicked off Twitter for that one.
Maybe.
They get a little fucked up over that. Got to see Elton John and Billy Joel tour together. Wow, nice.
That must have been good.
Oh, I heard that was a great tour. I remember that one.
Wasn't that the one, but near the end, Billy Joel's voice had been just shattered?
Still probably fun.
Oh, sure. But yeah.
I mean, that dude's been touring for decades.
Yeah. I think that's the one. Yeah, I would have loved to have gone to that. Prince's actually came close here before he died, of course. And I didn't find out about it till like the day before he was going to be here. And it's one of the great regrets of my life. I don't really regret much, but I would have loved to have seen Prince perform live.
I would have loved to have seen Prince's groupies.
Oh, yeah. Them are some nasty whores, man, but
they're so much fun to watch.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. How did we get on nasty? Oh, we were talking about whores anyway, so that actually kind of, for once, we're in the same boathouse.
Roadhouse.
Yeah, don't forget, guys, you can support the stream by supporting the people you see on the panel here. Mine and Dax's Streamlabs are down below. Jax is right there. Peter, do you have one?
No, I don't. I don't.
Well, then just
videos,
tell Peter.
So.
Just tell Peter how nice he looks.
You look nice, Peter.
That'll do. Oh, thank you, Dax. I appreciate that, buddy.
Sleepy says
you could join my Twitter if you really wanted to. Or
follow me
on Twitter.
Follow
That's
him on
about
Twitter.
all I got, really.
Mr. Monkey Link corrects me and says wheelhouse.
Roadhouse.
It's my boathouse. I put everybody in my boathouse. Don't tell me how to house. I hate when they correct me and they're right. Oh, God. Let's see what's going on in the world, shall we?
Okay.
Because, like I said, most of the news I saw today, I really didn't give a fuck about. Oh, Jussie Smollett may have got an idea to stage hate crime from his boss.
Ha!
The seeds for Jussie Smollett's alleged hate crime hoax may have been planted when an emotional Empire creator, Lee Daniels, spoke out about his cousin getting assaulted because he's gay, according to a report. Thank you, Inedible Trout. Fuck, I can't sleep. What kind of tea did the American colonists want? Liberty.
Damn
right. And we got it. Now they're going to fuck it all up.
Yep.
The theory among some Empire cast members is that Smollett sought to play on Daniel's emotions in the hopes of becoming an LGBT hero and curry favor with his boss, TMZ reported, citing anonymous sources. It's always anonymous sources, these assholes. I would be the one being like, I said it. This guy's a dick.
If you ever want to get really famous, you could change your name to anonymous sources.
Yes.
And everybody will want to interview you.
The 59-year-old Daniels, using the handle The Original Big Daddy, God damn it, posted a heartfelt 1-minute video on Instagram on January 10th, advising his gay brothers and sisters that it was okay to be who you are and inevitably right will be done. Daniels captioned the post, "The past week, my cousin..." That's not a caption. That's actually a story. "This past week, my cousin was beat up for being gay, and I'm sick of hearing these stories. And for all the people who are hurting, who are struggling, and who are trying to find some meaning in this life, I'm here to say if you need a safe place or an ear to listen, then I'm here. Good job, man. You made him turn into a hate crime. In whining about hate crimes, you caused one. Dun dun dun. Was his cousin really beat up because he's gay? I have a problem believing that.
X'd it out.
Millennials are becoming a problem for New York City Diamond District. Why? They don't got no money to buy diamonds.
Ha.
Oh, here's one. Who is the man behind Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez? Is this her boyfriend?
Ew.
I don't care about his boyfriend or his boyfriend.
Ah.
Her boyfriend.
Except for, she got him a job.
Possibly illegally from the sound of it.
Yeah. I hope it's true.
She's rarely seen with him, never speaks his name in public, and didn't even send him a social media shout out on Valentine's Day. But Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez girlfriend points, when she thinks her man is being dissed, she flies to his defense. Meet Riley Roberts, the all but silent partner to the Democrats' congressional darling. Man, can you imagine being her boyfriend?
No, because I wouldn't fuck an animal.
No, I just meant with her having such a huge stage like that and making such an ass of herself so often.
Girl, bitch.
Roberts set the political rumor mill buzzing twice in the last 2 weeks, and both times Ocasio-Cortez and her chief of staff, Saikat Chakrabarty, took to Twitter to swat the stories down. During his girlfriend's campaign, Roberts received $6,000 from Brand New Congress, a political action committee that helped launch her bid, and that Chakrabarty founded Federal Election Records Show. At the same time, her campaign was paying Brand New Congress LLC, a company set up by Chakrabarty, $18,000 for strategic consulting. Word of that ethical no-no followed a February 15th. Nobody cares. He's a ginger, man. Maybe he sucked out her soul. That's why she's so stupid. I say this guy doesn't last.
You think he calls her on her bullshit?
No.
Whenever she does an interview, he probably just goes along with it, huh?
This dude has got to be a major cuck. Yeah, he's got to be a beta bitch. Yeah. You can't be with a woman like that and not be a beta. Talk for just a moment if you would.
No.
Did it say what he actually... Did it say what he does for a job, or
I don't remember.
Any degrees or anything like that?
I'm pretty sure. Go ahead.
It sounded like he worked for a PAC, or was working.
They listed him, I believe, as a consultant. Inedible Trout, thank you. Which president was the least guilty? Abraham Lincoln. He is innocent. He's innocent. Sorry, last one. No, you can tell your jokes all you want. So I appreciate them, and thank you for the donation as well.
Keep them coming, dude.
Yeah, this guy. You're not gonna last. She's gonna bang someone else.
Hopefully, me.
No, I think she's gonna bang her chief of staff. I think that's gonna come out soon. Because he's a little weird dude, but he tells her everything she wants to hear.
What if she scissors it out with Hillary?
Why Hillary?
Because of her power level.
You couldn't pick somebody else.
It wouldn't create the same imagery, quite honestly. Because, I was going to say Dianne Feinstein and Hillary, because that's pretty gross. But
those women got so many wrinkles, you wouldn't be able to tell where the labia started.
Ew.
A good wrinkle monster is hard to defeat.
You could have said Camel Toe Harris. That would have been a little less, a little more pleasant.
It would have been, at least I would want to see that. Let's see. Elizabeth Warren calls for Native American reparations.
Of course she has.
You have got to be shitting
Oh
me.
my god, I'm so happy.
Even after all the shit she's been through with that shit, she's still gonna fucking hell.
She's really dumb.
Senator Elizabeth Warren voiced support for reparations for Native Americans during a campaign stop in New Hampshire. The Massachusetts Democrat, who has been dogged by her claims of Cherokee heritage, said Native Americans should be part of the conversation on reparations. America has an ugly history of racism. We need to confront it head on, and we need to talk about the right way to address it and make change, Warren said Friday.
Wow. Now, I will admit, based on what I've seen, that a lot of the American Indian tribes have been screwed over by the Bureau of Indian Affairs and the government historically, and to some extent still today, because they're basically welfare slaves to the government. And the reservations, a lot of them are dumps. I'll be the first to say that. But at the same time, reparations, you don't get reparations for not winning the war. I'm sorry. That they were conquered. That's how it works. If you don't like it, you can't rewrite history. I'm sorry.
Well, they could easily become Americans, and they'd be fine.
Yeah, I would actually be all for that. I think that's a good idea, because then they could get off this like welfare institute that they've got going on a lot of the reservations.
Well, then they have to admit defeat.
There's no shame in saying that you lost. There's
of course there is
growth available in that.
Johnny says they got casinos. That is true. Monkeyland says, now that I exploited you for over 30 years, now I'm going to exploit you again for votes. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that cunt had the nerve to come out and say that. Her of all, look, I'm with you, Jack. I don't think you're necessarily wrong. Deals have been broken and such, and we need to at least make sure that the deals that we promised have been upheld. But she's the wrong person to be sending that message.
Yeah, because she doesn't want to do it based on how the institutions are running. She wants to do it based on, well, you're brown, here's some money.
Yes.
Or, here, you're an Indian like me, here's some money.
I have the perfect idea. They should reissue Pow Wow Chow, and all proceeds go to the Native Americans. If admitting defeat is acceptable, explain Hillary. Look, some people just can't admit defeat. I'm sure there's a hole somewhere where Al Gore is still going, I won, damn it. He probably cries himself to sleep. Take the loss, Native Americans, damn. He's attributing that to you, Jack.
That's not the worst thing Polly's attributed to me, so I'll take it.
You sure she's not just feeling bad for all the shit she's been saying, and the fact she's like benefited from being Native American? Now she's just trying to make up for it.
Her and Kamala Harris have both been on a reparations kick recently. I just didn't realize Warren had gone to the natives. Oh, you fucking idiot.
I think that it would sound more or it would sound less disingenuous from someone else, but from Elizabeth Warren, it sounds more like, how can I work this in somehow? Seems very attention whory.
That's how I say it.
Attention whore? Nah.
I can't believe none of her handlers went, no.
Well, they probably did, but she's ignoring them. You know how politicians are.
Jesus Christ. We'll get to the Oscars later, because we are going to talk about the Oscars, guys. That's tomorrow.
Oh, is Jesse Smollett going to win an award for his weird underground movie?
I don't think it played at Sundance.
Maybe it can next year.
Yeah, he's got to go through editing. I mean, you got to give him a little bit of time.
I so hope they make a Lifetime movie based on this.
Oh, me too. No, it won't be a Lifetime movie. It'll be a BET movie.
And it'll spin it like he really was attacked.
Oh, it's got to be one of those low-budget channels, though. like Hallmark or Lifetime or BET. It's got to be one of those. It can't be a major studio.
No, major studios aren't going to touch him or his story, because his story is not the one they want to tell. His story is all about a hoax. But if they play it somewhere else, they'll play it up there. Like, look, he was really the victim, y'all. But by the way, hang on, we'll come back to that in a second. Inedible Trout, thank you. I lied. Why are there no knock-knock jokes about America? Because freedom rings. Use $5 to send Top Ramen to Dax and ask Jack. And ask Jack why he's always making comic book curation. Jack?
Something to do. It's fun. I like hanging out with Polly and Quiz.
There you go.
Good dudes.
All right. Hang on. I'm loading up my Streamlabs.
Now,
I just saw that Toasted sent you a Streamlab, apparently.
Polly, can you tell Dax I sent him a Streamlab? There you go.
I was thinking that in the movie version, they should get Chris Tucker to play Jesse Smollett and have him play like the character in Fifth Element, because that would be awesome.
That would be awesome. P-Dog says, holy shit, the Oscars are tomorrow? I had no idea. Seriously, when did you not know when the Oscars were 20 years ago?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, see, we talked about this when we were on the show tonight on Lords of the Night. I remember when it was either the Oscars or reruns of shows you've already watched, because there were only 3 goddamn channels. We didn't even have Fox yet. So you had to watch the Oscars because there was nothing else on.
Yeah, it was like the Oscars or PBS.
Yeah.
I'd choose PBS now.
Well, sure, now.
Absolutely. I'd watch the static on the non-channels. I'd go find a tube TV just to get static.
Yeah. But it wasn't bad back then. And you didn't have your, the worst you had is somebody thanking too many people and getting pushed off the stage. They'd play the music too early.
Yeah. Most of the time, that was kind of the really most time you saw celebrities talking.
Yeah.
You didn't really see them outside of the actual movies or shows they were in.
The only time you would is on the Tonight Show.
Yeah, they might do an interview here or there, Entertainment Tonight or one of the late night shows or something like that, where they spend 5-10 minutes talking to someone. But it was rare because there were only 3 or 4 of those shows.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was kind of like shows like Midnight Special, seeing your bands live.
Yeah.
Or Soul Train or something like that. I don't remember all the other ones, but if you didn't have cable, man, you were kind of hosed. And even when cable first kind of got in our area, there weren't that many channels to choose from, and most of them were like sports.
Oh, yeah.
Or,
early cable sucked.
Yeah, like 5 or 6 religious channels and a couple of home shoppings.
It is amazing to me how many religious channels exist. Even today, man, there are a ton of them fuckers.
Yeah. Oh, did you see there's a subscription service like Netflix of all Jesus-oriented stuff called PureFlix?
Is that what that is?
Yes.
I saw a movie trailer today, and the movie actually looked pretty good. I forget what it was called, but it was saying PureFlix. I'm like, what the fuck is PureFlix?
Yeah, that's the Fundy subscription network. So your children never have to be exposed to life.
I would make my children watch that for like, look, you've been bad. Go sit in your room and watch PureFlix until you think about what you did.
If they were smart, they'd try to appeal to a general audience and have like some violent, super violent Punisher style vigilante show, and occasionally work in like a biblical quote somewhere in the show, and have a message at the end. But just make it like a bloodbath through the entire thing. He's out hunting demons or something. And you could do that and make it interesting for general audiences who will be like, it's not too bad. But they always hammer down all the religious messaging. And it's like so over the top with like little kids quoting the Bible. And, Jesus won't like that. Well, you know what? You're losing me.
I feel like this goes along well with what you're talking about. I don't know why this is in my feed. Please don't make this my thumbnail, YouTube. I caught my stepbro rubbing my panties on his cock. Click here. The fuck is wrong with people?
You're telling me
You talking about her or her brother?
Either. Because she seems to be like, ooh, I'm torn by this.
Of course she is. Look at her. She's a
She
5.
needs the religious Netflix. I'm just throwing that out there.
You know, yeah, do you think it would be morally acceptable to be dogging a chick and both of you are watching Pure Flicks at the time?
Yeah, I think it depends on the chick. I mean, if it's your wife, I think you're okay. If it's your neighbor's wife, you're probably going to hell.
But doesn't that kind of nullify? Because you're learning about Jesus, and maybe you didn't know that was one of the major boo-boos.
Well,
I mean, that Moses documentary ain't right in itself. You know,
that is true. That is true. Oh my goodness, how the fuck did we get here? It was me again, wasn't it?
I'm gonna take a little blame for that
one. Oh my goodness, hang on a second.
I'm just here for the ride. Don't blame me.
It's all Peter's fault.
Oh, John Migda said my mom got the PureFlix sub and it was awful. Yeah, well, as they expand and get more shows, it's going to continue to be awful. Just warning you.
That movie actually looks really good, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's like a countdown to nuclear war. The 7 SEALs are 7 suitcase nukes, and they have to stop it, which is kind of an interesting take on it.
Yeah, that's a cool premise. I could get behind that, but that's the problem is, like, sometimes they have really good ideas. They just go way overboard with the Bible quotes because you're not going to recruit anyone that way. You're just preaching to the converted.
Or just entertaining people who want to see an entertaining movie.
Yeah.
That's why I had the YouTube Red, and I got it for the Karate Kid thing.
Yeah, that was a show.
It was really good.
Yeah, that was an awesome program.
But then I looked around at the rest, and I'm like, I'm not interested in any of this shit.
Yeah.
None of it. And yeah, so I got rid of that quick. As soon as I was done binge watching Karate Kid. And I haven't seen season 2. Did they come out with season 2 yet?
I don't think so.
Okay. I might get it again for a month then, just to watch it again.
Yeah.
The first season, guys, actually was really good. Oh, yeah, YouTube Red. What did I say? You know what I meant.
I thought you said YouTube Red.
What would happen, Monkey, if there was ever a Stacey Dash sex tape? Well, it would depend on how well it was shot. I may need a few days off.
You remember that thing in Family Guy where Glenn figured out what the internet was? That's what would happen.
Lots of fapping.
Yeah,
with a gigantic arm.
I don't watch the Family Guy, but if you've seen the episode of South Park where they lose the internet and Randy breaks into the little shed.
I hear they got some internet out California way.
California. Yeah, that was such a fucking great episode.
It was a spooky ghost.
It was so stupid.
Got his ectoplasm everywhere.
Ghostbusters 3 is being attacked for not keeping the leads female. Doesn't matter. GB2 lost 70 million. GB2, or are you talking about GB3?
Oh my God, stop using fucking no.
GB. Stop it. Okay. Real quick, James Colley, thank you. Jack, let Monkey take the blame. Polly blames you way too much. # Polly abuses Jack.
That's all good fun, James.
James, it's Peter's fault.
Yeah, it's my fault. I'm the reason that Jack is always late to comic book curation.
That's right.
Always. I'm holding him up.
It's their damn upside down clocks down there. Do your clocks go the opposite way?
Yes, actually they do. They're Well, we call it clockwise, but you guys call it anti-clockwise.
Counterclockwise.
Counterclockwise.
Counterclockwise, sorry. Yeah.
What do you call ours? Or what do you call going the other way? Is that gay?
Yeah, that'll do.
Instead of clockwise and counterclockwise, we should call it clockwise and gay because it's going the other way. Yeah, Gabriel, I understood GB2 was Ghostbusters 2, but there was a Ghostbusters 2. Did that actually lose money?
There's a Ghostbusters. Yeah.
You know, there's a Ghostbusters 2 that was made back the 80s.
Yeah,
the one that came out in 2016 was actually the third Ghostbusters, but it's not the. It was a reboot.
Yeah, it was a new Ghostbusters. It wasn't continuation at all.
It was a gay Ghostbusters.
It was terrible.
It was a counterclockwise Ghostbusters.
There's the one with Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah.
Can we call that one?
Fuck.
Can we call that one the Mirror Universe Ghostbusters?
Why not?
Because it was evil.
Yeah. Bizarro World Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Polly,
how's it going, everybody?
Hey,
How
Polly,
are you,
how you
sir?
doing?
No, I'm doing
Polly.
all right.
Hello, Polly.
No, I'm doing okay.
Polly,
Is
I'm
it-
taking over blaming Jack.
Well, what is this? This Polly blames Jack way too much. You don't even know the half, James Colley. You don't know what goes on behind the scenes that I don't blame him for. It's...
That you probably should blame me for.
Oh my
you
God.
guys are talking about pure flicks, right? You ever heard of clean flicks?
Clean flicks. What the fuck is that?
It sounds like porn for Mr. Clean.
It's OCD cleaning.
You know, like some dudes will get together and they'll make a documentary, but unless you're willing to like how are you gonna see it because it doesn't have a wide distribution or whatever. That's what it's about. Like the documentary is called Clean Flicks, and it's about a small production house in Utah that called Clean Flicks that took Hollywood films and edited them up to be clean for a Mormon audience.
Oh, I've heard about this.
And I want to see a documentary because they got in all these legal wranglings with Hollywood production studios where it's like, you can't take our films and edit them and then sell them or rent them, whatever. That's illegal. And they're like, what do you mean? We bought the film. We totally can do that. What are you talking about? And so I want to see the documentary, not so much for like the clean flicks aspect of it, but just the whole rigmarole around it.
Real quick, thank you, Randy. Best irate bear voice. Polly, you're late, Polly.
That was
That's the best I can
terrible.
do.
You want to know why I'm late? Oh, Monkey, you'll like
You're
this
late,
part.
Polly.
That was better.
I was making ramen.
Yes. Yes.
I was.
Get the fuck out.
Well, I dropped a glass bottle of oyster sauce. It hit the floor, exploded. You don't even want to know what that looked like. I was cleaning it up for at least half an hour. Like oyster sauce is like it's thick and it's sticky
Mhm.
and glass everywhere, oyster sauce everywhere. It was a bad scene, man.
Probably
Yeah.
smelled like a fucking dirty brothel.
Yeah, man, you let that smell sink in, it's gonna haunt you forever.
No, hardwood floor, so I was able to wipe a lot of it up. Like
Oh,
it didn't
nice.
break on carpet or anything. I didn't even think about that. If it broke on carpet, oh man, yeah, that would have been bad. Whew.
Ugh. Yeah, because on a hot summer day, you're gonna be gagging.
How did
Why does it
ramen
smell
noodles
like
know that I
ramen?
had shrimp ramen?
What's that?
Ramen Noodle 78 says shrimp ramen. Yeah, it was. Turn your fucking camera off. That's
Well, you were putting oyster sauce in it, or what was it?
oyster sauce. Yeah.
Yeah, oyster sauce. You don't do that in a beef ramen.
No, I guess you wouldn't. No, but I mean, I would, but normal people wouldn't.
That's weird.
Yeah, you could just not
That's
put the
deductive
flavor.
ramen.
Hang on, we sometimes do this when we have a topic that's ongoing. Now that you're here, Polly, I have to ask you a question.
Mhm.
How much would you pay for a hand job from an Oriental woman?
Where? Just a little. I want to answer just like a little context. I mean, any old Oriental woman, or if I was
Sure.
looking, I was deliberately looking for an Oriental hand job.
You're getting it's a happy ending hand job.
Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, on top of the regular massage, I'd throw in. I'd easily throw in an extra 20. I think.
Damn, he's the cheapest so far.
Well,
Big spenders, man.
No, I just like, what would you be willing to pay? I'd be willing to pay 20. Like if they, how much would be too much? Is that what you're asking?
Well, it's just how much you would pay, because Robert Kraft got busted and he paid $59 and $79 for whatever he got. So
Damn.
like, I still see he's a billionaire. I think he should have paid more. I think he should have tipped at least $100. He's like old as fuck, and some pretty little Asian woman jacked him off. Come on.
You don't know if she was some pretty little Asian woman. She could have been old and ugly.
Compared to him, I'm sure she was. He's
Who's
like
Robert
900. He owns the Patriots.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what? Like he got busted. I take it like where they are happy endings, massage parlors are illegal or something.
Well, yeah, he got busted for solicitation of prostitution.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, like, is this the point of public humiliation that we're at? Somebody got a happy end hand job at a massage parlor. Are you fucking serious? This is news.
Well, since it's a place that serves food, I'm wondering if it wasn't the old lady that's always at one of these. You know, that's like,
hang on,
oh, you sit over here and you be quiet. My kid playing.
They didn't serve food.
Oh.
The food we were talking about is there's an Outback Steakhouse right next to the place.
See, no, there should be a window there where you can get some Outback Steakhouse through the window.
Agree.
That's a weird area of town, man.
Yeah, it's
Surf and
pretty
turf,
strange.
man.
Hey, to read off the super chat that I got, because I never really found a good time, but since we're back on porn and stuff, from Toasted, it says, why is porn legal but not hose? Monkey, you agree with Riley on hose because he is pro... Okay, it's hard to read. It's pro it. AOC Riley has found your toothbrush. It was up David Hogg's butt. While massage places have prostitution, making videos every day, trying to fuck up YouTube, can't sleep. That was a lot to say, dude. But from what I gather, yeah, I don't know why all massage places have that stigma. Probably because a lot of them do it.
Oh, because it's how they make extra money. I mean,
why not? I mean,
yeah.
It's simple, and I don't want to say clean, but at least I got a ton of towels sitting nearby.
Fuck.
Don't aim for the pile of towels. That's rude.
Yeah, that's rude.
Aim for her eyes.
Oh, maybe that's why this went.
Inedible Child, thank you. At Polly, how do you feel about Civil War jokes? Personally, I generally don't find them funny.
That one was funny.
That is good.
That it's still a dad joke, but it's straddling the line into actual humor. Well done.
Oh, I like this. Hate Camel says, wait, it was an Outback Steakhouse? So Peter's to blame for that too.
Wow.
You can't blame Peter for all the delicious foods. Okay.
It's Outback though.
They're making it news because he's friends with Trump. Is that true?
No, they're making it news because he's a billionaire who got busted getting hand jobs from little Asian girls.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's just, I don't know. It just strikes me as like really mild. It's like there's rapes and blah, and like all these sort of like sexual impropriety stories, and like, oh, this guy's a million years, let's me to him, and like he's been doing this shit forever, a million years, let's me to him in the public. Well, and then this guy went in, he paid, he knew what was up, they knew what was up. What's the like whatever?
Holly, well, it ties into two narratives. Not only is it hashtag Me Too nonsense, but it's also fuck the rich, which is part of their commie bullshit. So it ties in perfectly. Plus the fact that he's friends with Trump just is like icing on the cake for them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Look, he's a billionaire, and yeah, he is friends with Trump. And there's another billionaire who I don't even know his fucking name who got busted in the same thing. But I don't care. I'm with you, Polly. I do not give a fuck that this guy. He may have even got a blowjob because he, like I said, 59 and 79.
Right.
Maybe he got his dick sucked. I don't care.
Yeah, this is super mild. Like whatever, man. This is
now. We just had the story that R. Kelly got $1 million bail right now because he was banging 13-year-olds.
Again?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, that he was just arrested for that the other day. The charges stem from 1998 through 2010, and yeah, he's going to go to jail for a long time because 10 counts, 7 years per count if he's found guilty on him. So yeah, he's fucked. That to me is a major story. That's a sexual story. If you want to tell it, okay, that's news. Robert Kraft getting a blowjob.
MAGA hat.
What's that?
So wait till R. Kelly starts wearing a MAGA hat. Then it'll be a story.
Shit. Nope. Thank you. Watch out for that cake icing. God damn it. And Johnny Hellcat, thank you. Wikipedia made sure you knew Kraft was a Democrat. Is Kraft a Democrat? I didn't know that. I know he is friends with Trump because that's how Brady ended up with that MAGA hat in his locker. They were given to Kraft, and he gave one to Brady.
See what Faithless said? I didn't know R. Kelly was a female grade school teacher.
Oh my God. Right though? You're not wrong. Oh fuck. What were we talking about?
Can I just say, Randy Dimmick, don't blame me for Foster. I'll take all this other shit you cunts want to put on me, but fucking Fosters, don't blame me for that shit. I might be Australian, but
I have to now because you're denying.
I wasn't even born when that shit was invented.
Nah, all your fault.
Australian for beer. It's your fault, man.
No, that's like the Australian Budweiser urine beer.
Randy, thank you. Nope. I'd say watch out for your stringy stuff in the egg drop soup. Oh my God, y'all are
That's
gross.
not egg drop soup. That's shrimp soup.
That's disgusting.
That's baby batter soup.
No, Ramen Noodle 78 said it. It's like, I just assume that everybody eats shrimp ramen because it's the best kind. It is. That's the original flavor, so like MSG flavor, or
beef
or shrimp. Beef's okay, but I like original.
Oh, the Penente chicken's the best one.
You know, there are some. Hold on. What's fermented cabbage in Korea called again? What's the
kimchi?
Kimchi. There's hot kimchi flavors. They're pretty good of ramen.
Ramen Noodle says, real quick, as long as I can get mac and cheese, who cares what Kraft did? Not that Kraft. Not that Kraft.
It's true. No, if you're going to get a blowjob from an Asian, you make sure you're getting a hot tea blowjob because that's the best.
What now?
I don't know what that means, but I don't want to know.
Yeah, no, hot tea blowjob? What the hell is that?
I think it's pretty self-explanatory. She puts some hot tea in her mouth and goes to town.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's about the first innuendo name for something that was literalist, Jack. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Nothing else ever is.
Normally that would be like she sticks a cross up your butt while she's doing it.
No, that's called
that's horrible.
That's South America, dude.
Blasphemy.
You know, speaking of ramen, I was reading the side of the package while I was making it. You shouldn't never do that. Like the health ingredients or the health stuff.
Why would you do that? This is why I tell people not to eat ramen.
You know, there's 8 grams of saturated fat in one of them.
And how much sodium is in there?
Oh, I didn't look at that. I was just blown away that 8 grams of saturated fat, man. A tub of onion dip doesn't have that much saturated fat in it. Where's the fat in it? What do they put a tablespoon of lard in every one? I don't get it.
Lard. If you use the whole seasoning packet, it's 20% of your daily allowance of salt.
That's why I have 5 at a time. I can do math.
Nice.
I just won't eat anything else today. I'll be fine.
That's right. Hey, you eat 5 packs of ramen. You don't need to eat for the rest of the day. Lard is great in tea.
Ew.
Peter.
Yo.
Do you guys drink tea down there like the Brits do all the time?
Not really, no. I don't actually know anybody that drinks tea. I think a lot of people do drink tea here, just like they do there, I suppose, but it's not like it is in England, as far as I know.
Well, I know Dorky's got mad at me for saying that you can boil tea or heat up your tea water in a microwave, so I just figured y'all did it. Why would you put lard in tea?
We all drink coffee, for sure.
Like real men.
I don't know anybody that's fucking boiled water in a microwave, though. That's fucking bizarre.
Why is that bizarre?
They have a kettle. They have a kettle.
Here we go again.
I love the reactions to that so much. It's great.
Don't microwave water.
I don't have a problem with it. Don't get me wrong. You boil whatever the fuck you do what you want in the microwave. It's weird here. That's all.
I don't do it either, Peter. But I was like, because whenever I'm boiling water, I would have to use a large pitcher of water because it's like I'm either making coffee in my French press or do you know what I mean? Like there's not
French press. You so
real.
gay.
God damn you.
What?
You're so posh.
What's wrong with a French press?
It's a French press.
If I had an espresso machine, I would use it. I need thick, flavorful, heavy coffee. I'm a man, so I use a.
No,
French
that's what
press.
little girls drink. That's why they go to Starbucks.
Oh, Jesus.
Little girls get fucking lattes that are 90%
You're telling me
sugar
you're not
and
going to make
milk.
latte.
I drink dark roast black coffee out of a French press because I want it thick and flavorful.
You're not helping your cause, Polly.
No,
You're really not. Real
Did
quick.
you know the French press has nothing to do with France? I don't know if that it's Italian. It's a nickname.
Hang on, my posh friend. James Colley, thank you so much. I'm having instant shrimp ramen microwaved. America.
James, I don't want to dislike you, so don't ever say that again.
And Inedible Trout, thank you so much. At Peter, do you ever wonder why hedgehogs don't just share the damn hedge?
Selfish bastards.
I'll never even considered it, dude. Now I'm going to ponder on that all night, though.
There you go. Poshy Dub, what were you saying?
Yeah, I love this. It's like, did the French surrender it?
Okay, so
you guys think of a French press as posh, really? Okay.
No, we think you think it's posh.
Americans get their ground coffee and they put it in a pot and they just let water come through. They don't squeeze the juice out of the beans.
They just sit in a pot. So you drink a cup of coffee full of grounds? I'm not following.
Motherfucker, I don't drink coffee.
Well, then, excuse me. Then step off the conversation. What do you mean? How do you even have an opinion then?
I don't have an opinion on what it tastes like or anything. I have an opinion on you being all posh. It just fits the whole thing. You're going to do your French press, and then you're going to put on that smoking jacket and grab your cigar and go read Dickens in front of the fire.
I love Dickens. Shut up, man. Nothing wrong with Dickens.
Look, I like Dickens too, but I read it like an American while getting my blowjob. Anyhow.
Actually, Useless Rebel says French press makes grainy coffee. Yeah, you're not wrong. You gotta
grainy.
Yeah, people call it like it's dirty coffee, like meaning there's a lot of sediment in it, right?
Oh, okay,
right. And the way to get around that is if you're grinding your own beans, which I am. You got to set it to suit what?
You're so gay.
he's not gay. I'm pretty sure he's Bruce Wayne. Guys.
Indeed. His butler. Okay, so when your butler makes your coffee, what were you saying?
You grind your beans really coarse. That's how you avoid it getting grainy. And you got to have a canonical burr grinder if you use like just a regular like a bud buster. You know what I mean? Like for like chopping up your weed, the little top mount ones. You know what I'm talking about?
Available at every Williams Sonoma in the Hamptons.
No, if you've never seen a bud buster, like one of those like marijuana choppers where people are too lazy to use fucking scissors to cut up their weed. Yeah, no, those suck. It's just got two blades that spin around. You can't grind beans with those. You need a canonical burr grinder. They sell them on fucking Amazon for like $30. Come on, we're not talking expensive hardware here.
I'm with you.
So, Monkey, what is it, man? You just like back in the day when you drank coffee, you like open that giant fucking tin of office coffee that
I've never liked coffee.
No, really?
Really? No, it's bitter, and I don't like anything bitter.
Hold on, Dax, you don't drink coffee either?
Not without a sweetener in it, like hazelnut or something.
Hey, and I'm gay.
A super gay hazelnut at least tastes good.
The hazelnut.
I drink dark roast black coffee, and I'm like, I need my hazelnut.
I don't need it, but then again, I don't drink coffee because I don't need it.
No, for me, Polly, it's
wonderful.
The whole press thing, it's so 2018.
Well, I am living in the past all 2 months ago.
Sure, no, but
that's a long time, man.
It just fits this idea. I'm building this idea of you in my head, and I'm fairly certain you have a butler. Do you call him like Jenkins?
Jenkins.
What's his name?
No. James.
Okay, yeah, okay. No, I'm just building this picture of you, and the coffee press just goes perfect. But then,
one of the things I was thinking about, like the Hollywood lifestyle, people talk about like the mini mansion and the car service and everything.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
The one thing that really stands out to me that would be excellent is the private chef. Yeah. I could get down with that.
Yeah.
Like, I want this cooked at this time. Like, especially if the person lives in, like, I don't know, the servant's quarters, or you got the mini mansion, so he's got his own room or whatever. That, it's like, hey man, I want flavorful dishes. I want them like healthy and zero fat. Figure it the fuck out. I don't know. Do it.
Oh no. That's where I don't care about the fat. Just make it taste good. The two things I would want is a nice chef like that. You're right. And a nice Mexican gardener, because they do the best work.
A Mexican gardener.
Yeah.
Why do you hate the Guatemalans, Monkey?
Yeah, the Mexicans are closer to us, so I feel like that I would support them more. Jacob Jet, thank you. Polly Lies quizzes his butler. So what if I lick Monkey's hair? What the fuck are you talking about? You leave my gay hair alone.
Actually, Cynic says Dax tastes the rainbow daily, and Polly is the one that's gay. So speaking of Skittles, you guys are talking about Skittles, and so I'm at 7-Eleven. And I'm
mean these?
Yeah, and I'm thinking, I haven't had Skittles in so long, and you and Prosper were talking about them, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna grab me a bag of Skittles. They had tropical Skittles and regular Skittles there, so I grabbed one of each. Dude, nice. The tropicals are really fucking good.
They kick the shit out of the regular, but they don't come in this size bag.
Yeah. They were awesome. Like, they had like mango in there. There was pineapple. I was trying to like figure out what the different tropical flavors were, but every one of them was really fucking good. I was down with it.
Yeah, it's super good. I love the tropical ones.
Lester Logic says, damn, sounded like the 45. I don't know what that means.
Shaking your bag sounded like.
Oh, maybe.
Look,
this. You got your 45 on your Polly.
This is what a 45 sounds like.
Okay, for me. Yeah, I knew that. Yeah.
Oh my god, there is a doll of Polly.
What?
Hold on.
If you put up a picture of some excessively soy-filled doll, I'm going to be really upset.
Shh, just let it happen. I haven't got to say that all show. Thank you for that, Polly. Thank you, Polly and Jack.
Look, see, there's a vintage Polly figure.
Yes.
He's got the smoking jacket. It's even got a little tie for him.
Look at the smile. That's so bad. It's hilarious.
Looks like John Edwards.
That's what it reminds me of when they get it just slightly wrong, but you still know what it is, because that should be a purple jacket, obviously.
Well, yeah, but it might be the lighting, and you got to take what you get sometimes with these.
I mean, is it gold and black and blue and white or whatever the fuck it was?
That's the liner.
Wait a minute. While we've been talking, you've been looking up dolls to hit Polly with?
Yeah. What's your point?
So first it was Polly, then it was me, but you're definitely gay.
Yeah, look, the Mexicans are closer to us. Yeah, that's the problem, Monkey. Look, when it comes to gardening, it's not. You know what we should do? Instead of building a wall, we should just build a big hedge. The Mexicans would do it for us.
And they make it look nice.
Yeah, they would. Like a 6-foot hedge. No problem. All right, I'm glad you're coming with me on that.
I'm with you. Let's do it.
I'm just picturing a 6-foot head. Okay.
I was reading, speaking of gardening, a thing online about what is it worth to grow yourself for the taste or the cost? Like an herb garden, citrus fruit, you know what I'm saying? And so avocados, what's that?
So sticks, Hexenhammer.
Yeah, I dig that he's growing stuff that he can actually use, like as opposed to like, I don't know, like just flowers or lattice greens or whatever,
My uncle grows a shit ton of fruit and vegetables that he passes out to his family, to his kids, and saves them a shit ton of money.
Yeah, and number one on the list, and I didn't see it coming until the website sort of explained it. Avocados,
like more expensive to raise than buy.
No, the other way around. Like when you have when you have a garden carrot or a good organic carrot or whatever, like it's sweet and it doesn't like it's not tough like bark. Like it's
I love how mine goes to carrot.
Well, no, it's just an example. Like, if you grow your own carrots, then you're gonna have delicious carrots, and you're not gonna have like orange bark from the superstore.
Are your carrots nice and fresh and moist?
Have you ever had a supermarket carrot, man? They're kind of gross. Just saying.
I like certain carrot types. I don't remember the brand, but there's actually a good one that makes them like really easy to pick up and inexpensive carrot sticks. Those are pretty good.
There's types of carrots.
Yeah, they're different types of carrots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the best thing about carrots is that they bring in rabbits, which will bring in cougars. And then you can kill the rabbits and the cougars and eat them.
When you want to bang the cougars, though?
We've gone someplace weird.
Yeah, I was just surprised how expensive avocados were. I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about.
I don't know. I was just picturing Six Hexenhammer throwing his. Oh my God. Like, I grew these, and then he throws them at his relatives. That's what I thought Monkey meant when he said he passes them out to his relatives.
The last thing I grew, like I actually used myself, was mint. Somebody left a pack of mint seeds at my house. I don't even know where it came from.
For your mint juleps.
Have you ever had a mint julep? Fucking delicious.
No.
What do you? Delicious.
No. There's certain things that I don't like mint, and one of them is drinks.
Oh yeah, I forgot about your mint, your feelings on mint.
I know it's weird, and I accept that, but yeah, there's just like no. Mm-mm.
And to be fair, Polly, this quote servants aren't allowed to partake of the high-end.
They know their place. I don't have to tell them.
Oh, that reminds me, it's Girl Scout cookies time. We should get a whole bunch of Thin Mints and send them to Monkey.
Oh no, don't. My family actually bought me Girl Scout cookies today. They're upstairs, fuckers. I left them upstairs.
Uh-huh.
Pop them in the freezer. If you've never had Thin Mints from the freezer, oh yeah.
You misunderstand. He won't eat them.
There's chocolate on them.
He doesn't understand the concept of chocolate and mint together.
Right. Yeah, I remember that. I'm still confused by that, but it's your thing. You know, it's fine.
No,
like I said, I accept it.
You can put them in the freezer for when we come over.
That's a good point. I mean, we could always have like one hell of a barbecue and just eat like 3 years frozen Thin Mints.
There you go. Why would you endorse the Girl Scouts? They are up to no good. You know why? Because their cookies are fucking awesome. And look, I understand that I'm probably they're exploiting children, and that's a bad thing. But
you mean to sell the cookies?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is.
I thought you meant to push their weirdo agendas.
That is child labor, man.
Listen, though, I don't care. They can exploit. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, just is that what he means by they're up to no good?
I don't know what it is.
Child labor.
Well, it doesn't matter to me. That's the point I was getting to. It's like I don't need the kids aspect of this anymore. Just sell the fuckers in the store, and I will buy them year round.
I think it actually teaches them to be good workers and entrepreneurs, and that they should make cookies for grown men.
So they share in the kitchen.
Yeah, because when they're older, they'll want to give their husband cookies.
I feel bad when I buy the cookies, and then I go home and I eat them. I'm like, I don't feel bad anymore.
Takes the shame away.
Exactly.
They should just do it like in Loaded Weapon 1 and go to door and sell cocaine-laced cookies.
Best way to do it.
They'd make fucking 10 times as much money.
You ever had my favorites are the coconut ones. I don't know what they're called.
I knew you were going to mention those.
They have the chocolate and the coconut. Oh, those are wonderful. And
so I eat more than one flavor. Yeah.
It's weird you take that position on them. Usually most people, they have a strong feeling on coconut and chocolate, not coconut and mint. I like them both. But that's weird that you like coconut and chocolate, but not coconut.
I love Almond Joys.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I like Mounds.
I knew you'd fucking say that. Just because I like Almond Joys, you would have to love fucking Mounds.
It's the same thing. What the fuck?
One has a nut.
One's got just a long almond on top of it.
The only reason I like Almond Joy more than the other one is because they've started making the Mounds only in dark chocolate, and I don't like dark chocolate.
Both gross.
I don't like dark chocolate.
You're wrong, Jack.
Yeah, probably, but I don't like coconut.
Coconut's delicious.
That's how you survive on a desert island, man. You better get used to it.
Yeah, you're going to be eating it. You're going to be drinking it. You're going to be fucking it. I mean, you need to love it.
No. You know how you avoid trying to survive on a desert island? Don't go on the ocean because it's full of monsters. It's full of monsters.
So you don't. Somebody mentioned Keebler grasshoppers. Have you ever had the mint-filled Oreos, Monkey?
No.
He wouldn't. I mean, keep trying to tell you. It doesn't matter how we dress it up. People never eat it.
I thought
it could be dude. It could be the best thing that Gordon Ramsay has ever popped out of his ass, and he still will not eat it.
No, I won't eat chocolate and mint together. I've had it before, and you know what? You can tell me how great it is. Like, oh, this is the best one. I'd be like, it's still mint and chocolate. I'm not eating that shit. Real quick, inedible trout. Thank you so much. If April showers bring May flowers, what do May flowers bring? Pilgrims. Coconut is gross. You're wrong.
Thank you.
Disagree with the coconut part. The rest of that, fucking hilarious.
This is a good time
genocide. They bring genocide.
Oh, way to
and
kill the
so-
mood.
This is a good time to remind you guys that Monkey in the Morning is brought to you by you guys. If you'd like to support the channel, you can toss donations. You can, what's the other thing? Like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, support the gentlemen in the panel because they are awesome.
We try. I mean, I try. I don't know about these other guys.
That's sort of half-ass it.
Yeah, I mean,
Support the other guys. Don't support me. I got nothing to support. Polly, go watch comic book curation.
oh, you
And
cheeky
buy
cut. You did it
books.
for him.
Thank you, Peter.
Go to Amazon. Buy his fucking books.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
I heard it like churning in Polly's mind. He was like, "How am I going to plug this so suavely?" And Peter just steals it from him.
I'm learning. He's a great mentor.
And there's the link to my channel where you can find the aforementioned comic book version.
Follow up.
Love it.
And we're sponsored by the SJW hate-fueled mob that is slowly destroying the industry and medium that Jack, Quiz, and I love so dearly.
Okay, well, while we're talking about comics briefly before Monkey gets mad at us for doing it, what do you think about the Nightwing?
Booby Nightwing?
Booby Nightwing.
Booby Nightwing.
Booby Nightwing?
You have not heard of this? Where the fuck have you been all day?
I've been following what's going on.
Wait. Let me get it.
Other things.
Yeah, he'll find it because he's gonna put it on screen. Yeah, no, I heard about this because we, loves Nightwing, like literally slips off a chair whenever he's mentioned. And she showed me like this male or this female Nightwing, and I got sad.
Booby Nightwing.
And there it is.
I think he's talked about this on Lords of the Night today, didn't you?
Yes.
We talked about this a while back. It's not actually Nightwing. That's a bunch of... See, Nightwing got shot in the head and forgot who he is. So,
why does Nightwing have boobs then, though?
Well, I'm getting to that. A bunch of cops found his stash of costumes, and they're a team called Nightwing.
What?
So while Rick Grayson is trying to remember who he is, these cops are running around taking up the mantle of Nightwing, and each one has a different costume. So like this is his classic 80s Teen Titans costume, and then there's the black one with the red bat and the V, and then the blue one with the V on it. So each one has a different costume.
But why bring it up now?
But wait.
It's part of the storyline.
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
First, the Spectacular Wanderer Incorporated. Thank you so much. Chocolate and mint is disgusting. Monkey is right. Monkey's always right.
Wrong.
But I have a question about this because you said they found his old costumes and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Why does it fit her titties?
Well, it's spandex. It just happens to fit her body.
It's all costumes just magically conform to the wearer. That's just how it is. I would assume they adjusted the costume to fit the wearer.
What's odd? Okay,
wait. Question.
If you look at that, like,
question. No, hang on. Don't they have anti-personnel devices on there? So if anybody but him touches it, they get like a shock, just like Batman's.
No, that'd make too much sense and defeat the purpose of this sad storyline.
However, when Hobgoblin found a stash of Green Goblin's stuff, because he had stashes all over the city to change clothes and get a new Goblin glider if you needed to. That's how the Hobgoblin became such. He found a stash of Green Goblin stuff. But the one thing that he noticed is just what you said. There was no protection in it. So Hobgoblin built protective equipment into it, and somebody else tried to put on his costume one time and killed themselves. So Hobgoblin thought of it.
Yeah, but it's just a MacGuffin for storytelling. It's actually an interesting concept, what they're doing with Nightwing. It's just not that well executed as far as I can tell. I've only read a couple of the issues. I've got to go back and pick up the whole run to see if it's actually any good. But I've heard who
the artist on that is. That looks like Rick Grayson is transitioning. That looks like a dude. Look at that face. That looks like a dude's face.
Well, they have a lot of garbage.
Isn't his name Dick Grayson?
Yeah, but when he got shot in the head and he got amnesia, he took, because his name's Richard, he went by Rick. Yeah. So they could make him edgy and dark.
And I just kind of honestly think like they're just like, we can't. At the time, you could call him Dick and it was no problem, but now you call him Dick and it's D-I-C-K, not short for Richard.
Now Dick has boobies.
Yeah, so let's just go with Rick or Ricky. It's better than Dick. because it's just,
I think that's just a try hard.
Wait, when was this put out though? I mean, when's 57 released or whatever it was?
That's the new one. I think it's
the latest one.
Yeah, I think it's Wednesdays from last week.
So are they? You think they're trying this out to see if people will be okay with a superhero squad with female Nightwings in it?
No, I think they're just doing it as a temporary storyline. That's how it's been built up the entire time.
I hope so.
It's going to be like a 1-year arc.
That's been done before. Squads that take up after a superhero and like vigilante-eyes.
Sure, we've had video games of the Batman stuff. If you remember, the last couple of years is the Batmans versus the Jokers or whatever they were.
Yeah, they've done it with Batman before in the comics and the various other heroes. So I'm not that upset about it.
That could be an interesting idea, but I don't think it's going to end up being executed well. Like Rick Grayson is kind of like, as his memory slowly starts to come back, these people become his enemy because you've taken on my mantle sort of like without my permission. So it becomes him going after them. That could be interesting, but I doubt it will be,
They're just going to make them new characters. She's going to be Panty Shield with wings.
Well, I think what they're going to end up doing is killing off all the Nightwings one by one, because that's kind of how it's looking.
Sure.
And then he'll have to take up the mantle again to stop whatever big bad's killing them all.
And for the record, yes, I reused a joke. It's okay.
Did you haunt Monkey yet with Spider Bite, Jack?
The fuck?
Nope. I wasn't going to torture myself or Monkey with that one.
What the fuck is Spider Bite?
You're a Spider-Man fan, right?
Yes.
Oh,
used to be.
Well, yeah. The direction that Spider-Man's been going with now, it's like turning into like the Spider-Man. Like there's so many fucking Spider-Mans. I know it's, in my opinion, a sign of creative bankruptcy. And we, hold on here. I'll find it.
Buckle in, Monkey. You're going to get angry at this one.
Oh, dear Christ. What'd they do to my Spider-Man now?
He's already twitching. I don't know if I can handle this.
Yeah, like we went into it at length because, Into the Spider-Verse is interesting because, the Marvel Universe has, myriad, dimensions of reality in it. Mm-hmm. So it's there's nothing weird about going to another dimension, nothing out of the norm. But these are all characters that are happening within the 616 universe. You know what I mean? Like just Spider-Man over and over again. And we talk about this at length on Comic Book Curation, the last one we did last week, and you find the link right there in the description. So Spider-Mite is a...
that was...
Well done.
Is a... Oh yeah, I guess I should have figured that. It's I'm just getting remedies for spider bites.
Reno says Spider-Man was never well written. It was fine up until the Clone Saga.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There are bad examples of writing in Spider-Man before the Clone Saga, but nothing that drawn out ever. Well, it was.
It also depends on which one you read. Amazing Spider-Man was always Web of Spider-Man sucked.
Well, whoa there. You slow your roll there, Tex. What'd you just say?
I said Web of Spider-Man sucked.
I own the complete run of Web of Spider-Man in physical copies, and I can tell you that it was just fine.
It was garbage.
It wasn't amazing, but it didn't suck.
Amazing Spider-Man was great. A Spectacular Spider-Man was okay, and Web of Spider-Man was garbage. I hated it.
There were really good stories like Kraven's Last Hunt that crossed over to all three.
Yeah.
The Mad Dog Ward was good. And the Hobgoblin storyline was fantastic back in the day. I mean, they had some really good. They used to put their top talent on Spider-Man,
where it belonged.
Well, he's the best one.
Yeah, and now they just farm it out to a bunch of communists.
Hey, make us a new Spider-Man, would you?
Did you find the article, Polly?
Yeah, I think I did. Hold on. This is what happens after you. No, this is talking about
you can't. I know you can't.
Stuff.
It's sort of like revisiting trauma. You don't really want to go back to it.
Yeah, no kidding. Talk amongst yourself. I'll find it.
Let me give you a palate cleanser, Monkey, in case you're angry, because I want to remind everybody, as much as we rag on Australia occasionally, never once have they cemented their heads in a microwave like the British did.
Yes.
So every time we dump on Australia, just remember they exported all their smart people.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. I got it.
Thanks, JC. I appreciate that, buddy.
Anytime, man. I'm here to help.
Let me just share my screen here. So later on this spring here, Monkey, they're introducing a new character.
Oh
and,
God! What are they
Please
doing?
don't.
Spider Bite, the little guy in the background.
Oh my God, he doesn't need a Robin.
Too late.
Frosted Glass cracked the greatest joke ever during comic book creation. He said, "So wait a minute, Spider-Man has a Scrappy Doo now."
Yes, he does apparently.
Like that's not like foreshortening, meaning like Spider Bite's way in the background. No, he's just a little dude.
Why?
Wait, he's really that tiny?
Yeah, he's a tiny
Why?
little Spider-Man.
It's like a little kid or something.
Jesus Christ! Fuck.
So what's the
it's
deal with him? I don't get it. Who's
Yeah,
the
they-
little?
Is he a failed clone or something? Because I'll only take like a Vern Troyer thing here. This won't work.
That's funny. He's a failed clone. They only got him so far in the maturation chamber.
You know what? I changed my mind. I want to see where this goes.
Played by Peter Dinklage.
I'm so happy. Oh my
It's-
God, I'm so
It's
happy.
like, what the hell are they doing, Monkey? We talk about it all the time, and Jack and I went on and on about it the other day, commiserating with each other. They're just out of ideas, it seems, and it's not like all the stories have been written. They're just not paying top talent. The best they can come up with is we need a female Spider-Man, we need a young black Spider-Man, we need like, and it's you're just out of ideas. Like you guys, not everybody. Like there's writers that
I'm
have
not going to
ideas.
present that anymore because I can't look at it.
It'd be upsetting.
Why is his foot so big too? It looks fucking weird.
It's the drawing style,
Yeah.
the art
It's-
style.
Jack had this whole joke about it. So he's got a club foot too. It's terrible.
That part stayed in the chamber a little bit longer.
His foot's fully mature.
Whatever happened to fighting villains?
Yeah.
No, we don't do that anymore because violence is not the answer, and words are violence. So violence. Oh my God, really?
You know what I think is a great example? I was just talking about Hobgoblin, right? And it's like, well, that's just a rehash Green Goblin.
No.
Yes, like it kind of is, but who is he? He's a completely different guy than Green Goblin. He's just somebody who ripped off his costume and Goblin Glider. Other than that, he has no similarity to the original Goblin.
No.
It's like, if you want to rip off a character design or whatever, make him different. I don't even see even Carnage versus Venom. At least there's a minor difference there. It's like we can't make Eddie Brock like a full-on psychopathic murderer because he has a given reason for why he's doing it. He's really only hates Spider-Man / Peter Parker because that's the cause that they came together over, that their shared hatred of this guy. Okay, well, let's give him to Cletus Cassidy and we'll just make him, he's a full-blown killer. So now he's like a real threat as Carnage. Well, okay, at least that's somewhat different. You know what I mean? But I think they're just out of ideas. Like whatever happened to fighting villains, reinvigorate an old villain. It's a standby. It can't go wrong. Give them an interesting backstory. Give them texture as a character. I hear you, but they don't seem to want to do that.
Make the wizard a big thing again.
Character development would violate the collectivist attitude, though, because you have to be lumped into a group. Individuals are against the collective because that says that you are unique. And no, we got to group you in. See, the thing with Hobgoblin and the Green Goblin is that somebody came along, saw the idea of the Green Goblin, found a bunch of his equipment, and became something similar, but he created his own unique flair to it. And that set him apart from the Green Goblin in the way he does things, his motivations. They don't do any of that anymore. There's no motivations. There's no drive. There's no development. It's just generic guy A and generic guy B. And maybe there's a conflict, but mostly they sit around eating.
We have yet to understand what the food thing is, Monkey, in modern comics, especially Marvel. They eat, they cook, they talk about food. It's like, what is it with you guys? Is it because it's all land-dwelling butter whales at the office in Marvel? That they're...
Yep.
No, it's the honest answer is that if you go back to like early Spider-Man, they talked about his life, but they don't have stories anymore that are interesting. So it's like, well, his life, he has to cook. Wait till they get to the washing machine stories.
No, then they're going to be
in on Jack's territory.
Yeah, exactly. Can't do that. Get a copyright quick.
Stealing my ideas.
You know, somebody was asking me about this because I was telling them about character replacement in terms of replacement theory in comics. And so who is this character? And I kind of explained it. And they called me out on something and made me realize something. They're like, who is, like I was talking about America Chavez, which isn't really a replacement character. It's a new character on her own. But it's like, okay, so who is she? I say, well, she's a gay Latina, well, Latinx rather, superhero. And she's from a different universe. And she talks a lot about being a lesbian. And it's like, no. Polly, I said, who is she? And I'm like, oh.
I don't know.
Am I wrong, or does Latin X sound like the thing that gave her superpower?
Yeah,
no,
it really does.
They're the Latinx men that are trying to get over the border wall.
She discovered a depository of Latinx. It irradiated her, and that gave her powers.
It gave her super scissoring power.
That would explain why she speaks like Dora the Explorer, too.
Identity characteristics are not a character. Those aren't character traits. Like Peter Parker, who is he? Well, let's say we're talking about original Spider-Man, like the ones you're going to make for the movies. Oh, he's a geeky teenager. He's got social anxiety in a big way. He's awkward with girls. He's super smart, but nerdy. You know what I mean?
He's a bullied nerd.
He's a bullied nerd.
So many hotties, though. He's like every nerd's hero.
Yeah. And he ends up getting all these women, and so he ends up in this odd place because he gets bitten by a radioactive spider, develops the proportional strength and speed of a spider, and he makes his own web shooters. Okay, so he lives this adventuresome life as an anonymous superhero, but in his real life, he's still a loser. And every time he tries to make money, it's like, wait a minute, I'm describing character traits and motivation and things that happen when you go to describe Chavez. It's like she's gay, she's a Latina, and that's the entire comic, all 12 issues of it, the way that it ran. It's like identity is not a character.
Real quick, Inedible Trout, thank you so much. What is Spider-Man's favorite brand of rice? Uncle Ben's.
Only when he drops it and it spills all over the floor and he cries and learns about responsibility.
Yeah, I was going to say, he yells at him about responsibility first.
Oh, man. Fuck.
And it goes for all of them, like Korean Hulk. What's his deal? Well, he's Korean.
Sorry, what?
There's a Korean Hulk.
Yeah. Bruce Banner isn't the Hulk anymore.
Well, he is again now, but for like
I was going to say he's now.
I'm sorry. Did he give his powers to a Korean?
No, that guy was like, Bruce Banner got caught, gamma radiation turned him into the Hulk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got caught near a gamma bomb. So it's like, how can I fix this thing in me? You know what I mean? Was always Bruce Banner's deal. And then sometimes he could maintain the mind of Bruce Banner while in the Hulk, and at other times he couldn't. And then he became Gray Hulk, or it would go back and forth, whatever. They did all sorts of different stuff over the years. But we need to replacement theory, right? We need to make all white male characters minority characters or marginalized people somehow. So Bruce Banner is now Dr. What's his name? Dr. Korean guy who in his attempt to help Bruce Banner ends up curing him of the gamma radiation sickness.
Amadeus show.
And he gets it himself.
That. Oh god. At least Amadeus was. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Random says a Korean Hulk was cheaper to produce.
And it's like, what does he do now that he's the Hulk? It's like it's identical to original Hulk, except that he always has his mind. Well, he's Hulk. He's not like a rampaging brute. Right. And he talks about math a lot. And it's like, really? You made the Korean guy a math genius? Really? That's what happens when you have a bunch of SJWs write what they think as minority characters. Because as long as they're Korean, it's fine. It's like, yeah, but you fall back on ridiculous stereotypes.
And the worst. Oh, go ahead, Monkey.
That wasn't me.
That was me. I was just about to start talking about Riri Williams. So by all means,
yeah,
go ahead.
Before we do that, we could always say, though, that at least Amadeus' show was around for a while before they did that shit.
For like a minute, and then they're like, he's Korean, let's give him a go-gurt hairdo, and because he had like the cool kid 90s haircut that was extreme.
He was a big character in World War Hulk, and he was in the Incredible Hercules for a while, so it's not like he came out of nowhere, but
they were setting this up for a while.
Yeah.
And the worst part is that these characters never lose. There's no real risk to them because you can't have minority characters getting beaten up and being seen as weak,
especially because all the villains are exceptionally white. Do you know what I mean? Like they're always like state power villains. Like they come in the form of like SWAT teams and TAC teams, and every single one of them's white. And you can't have those.
And Russian,
real quick, Frankie O says Hulk smash quadratic equations.
I was just laughing at.
Fuck me.
So I mean, you got what's his name? Riri Williams finally has her own comic as Ironheart. Because for a good while, Tony Stark was dead, but kind of not. His consciousness was uploaded into a computer.
Yeah, he got Jarvis.
Yeah, and he was basically serving the role of Jarvis, where they could talk to a hologram projection of Stark, but Stark himself was kind of dead, but then not. But anyway, Riri Williams, a 16-year-old black girl who was at MIT because she's a super genius. She becomes Iron Man, but Ironheart.
Oh God.
Yeah.
She makes this thing in her fucking dorm room without. Never mind.
She didn't actually invent anything, though. She just stole the technology and built her own suit.
Yeah, she stole a bunch of Stark's plans and then stole the equipment she needed from MIT and made her own suit of armor. Yeah.
It kind of sounds just like a way to make Iron Man Iron Woman.
Yeah,
you think? Yeah, that's replacement theory.
Yeah,
we need to take every white male character and replace them with a marginalized group character. And then the drooling idiots who've always bought Iron Man or Thor or Hulk or whatever, they will continue to buy it. So we've got a built-in audience in the form of these drooling idiots that'll buy whatever we give them. Plus, it will appeal to this new phantom audience that isn't buying things because they're not represented. The idea is that if you got a Korean there and a lesbian there and all of a sudden this phantom audience will appear out of nowhere. And we call it a phantom audience because they keep believing that if we just show characters that are diverse, people will show up and buy the comic. And but you're replacing standby characters because you want their built-in audience plus the new audience you think is going to come flooding in. The new audience has never come flooding in. Those series never do well. They get endlessly mocked. And the only diverse characters, meaning like minority or marginalized characters that do well, are ones that stand on their own as interesting characters. Black Panther T'Challa comes to mind.
Yeah, same thing with Sam Wilson.
Yeah.
Do you think any of the major characters are actually going to die in the next Avengers?
Yes. I'll tell you why. Because first of all, it's the contracts are up for like 5 of the actors.
Yep.
So what they'll do is they'll bring them back later with new actors. Or worse, they'll institute the replacement theory in the films.
That's what I was wondering, because Tony Stark is definitely one that's possible.
Yeah,
real possible.
The highest paid actor of the group, and he's starting to age. Yes,
and there've been rumors for a while that he's done.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll bring in Titty Iron Man?
I hope not. I think they'll do that with Thor first to see how it goes, because Hemsworth's contract is up too.
He likes the role though, so he might negotiate.
In my opinion, despite what they're saying on the garbage tier site, you'll never have Natalie Portman playing.
No,
the role. A female Thor.
No, but remember, Jane Foster didn't look like Jane Foster when she picked up the hammer. She looked like Valkyrie from the 80s.
Yes, right. Yeah, not Nubian Valkyrie, but actual Valkyrie. Yeah.
Right. And everybody knows my opinion on that.
Yeah.
Actually, fine,
Williams play her.
Ew, no, because then that would have been a boy.
No, they're going female. But no, I think they'll do it with one character first as a standalone movie and see how it goes. And then if that's even moderately successful, they'll do it with all the others. So they'll probably do it with Captain America first, because they already have an actor for Sam Wilson who has like 3 more movies to make for his contract.
He'd be fine as Captain America. That's established. I'm cool with that one.
At least, and they hired an actor who's actually got some charisma. I like.
Yeah, I like Sam. Sam is fun.
Yeah,
he's a great guy, and he brings like a little bit of charisma to the screen. It's awesome. Like, it's not fucking what's her name, the Brie Larson, the fucking 2x4 of an actor.
Anthony Mackie, by the way.
Anthony Mackie.
That was killing me. So there you go. But yeah, no, he's perfect. He's got, like you said, a lot of charisma. I want to see more of him on screen. When I saw that little bit of him in fucking Ant-Man, I was like, awesome. I need more of those moments. Where are the yes moments?
The problem and the relationship between him and Steve Rogers was great in Winter Soldier. Like it actually
him and
worked.
Bucky. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Well, doing a spin-off with Falcon and Bucky, and I think that's going to lead up to one of them taking up the shield, which will probably be
That's probably going to be a little bit of a fight too, like which one of them is going to take up the mantle.
Well,
that's a cool movie concept. Why don't they do that?
If they don't make them a couple like they're talking about doing.
Oh God!
Good
You
call.
think I'm joking?
No,
I know.
But the problem is that the Sam Wilson storyline in the comics was total intersectional trash.
Yeah.
And every black person in the Marvel universe is a blazing racist against Whitey. So that unfortunately is the reality of the situation. But I think it would be fine as a temporary fix if they did it for like 1 or 2 movies. That would be fine. But Steve Rogers is Captain America, just like Bruce Wayne is Batman.
Yeah,
you can't permanently replace these guys and still maintain that audience level. Not for long periods. It just doesn't last. People want to see the ongoing mythology of the original more.
But you did ask Monkey. It's like, do I think main characters are going to die? Yeah. And here's my guess. I don't have any proof of this, but best guess, I think it's going to be Steve Rogers that buys it as one of the characters.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
And it's for all of the reasons. Chris Evans doesn't want to play him anymore. And normally I'd be upset because I love, like, Chris Evans is kind of an SJW douchebag.
Oh, he's an asshole, but he's really good for the role.
Yeah. Like, he brings Steve Rogers to life for me. And the character is written very much as Steve Rogers is. It's very true to the source material, everything you see in the movies.
That's why one of my favorites is the fucking first Captain America movie. I like it because it's period, and it's very well written.
Yeah, it works, and you feel for the characters, and it's got a great love story that never results in anything like, you know,
in that moment when he's standing in the middle of the street and he's like, damn, I missed my appointment. You know, it's like, shit.
Yeah. Like, and it's because it's well written and you actually care about it, about what happens to the characters. You know what I mean? Because it's well played and well written. But Rogers is kind of like the hero. He's like the greatest guy in the world. He's the one guy that can actually budge Thor's hammer, even though he's just a man. It's because his heart's that pure, et cetera, right? It's great. And yeah, so of course he's going to be the guy who has to die. And in my opinion, if my guess is right, he's going to die in a blaze of self-sacrifice and an epic moment of glory.
He has to be the sacrifice to make the Soul Stone do something to like help reverse everything. They're good. I bet you that's the thing, though. They got to find a way to reverse all the effects of the stones one by one.
Yeah, I think that's how they're going to kill Cap. I think Polly's right. But they have to kill Captain America because America is evil.
Yeah. Isn't that a problem? Like, it's like we got Captain America, which is a blonde white guy, strapping, square-jawed dude. And it's like, no, we can't have this. To represent America, we got to have, like, America Chavez, a gay Latina who never shuts up about being gay and Latina. And look, bitches every fucking white... Yeah, well, every white girl's a Becky and every white man's an oppressor. Like, it just, like, read the comic. I'm not kidding. That's the way it actually reads. It's these people really hate the country that afforded them the freedoms to shoot their mouth off in the way that they do. And it always comes in the form of hate for the place that afforded them those freedoms. It's wild. There's something deep and pathological going on that I don't understand. Like, you don't have to be a super patriot, but you're the opposite of a patriot. You actually want to actively undermine the thing by going after iconic things of its past and its imagery and its iconography. Like, what is it? What's with you?
I've said it before. I'll say it again. They're SJW. If you remember the little chick tracts that the Jesus people used to give out, that's what they are. That's what mainstream comics have become.
Oh, it's not just comics, man. It's so much.
Yeah, they're infiltrating everything.
It's amazing anytime you see like something that's labeled a conservative movie and it does really well, and they're like, "How did that happen?" It's like, well, because this is a movie that doesn't shit all over America and tell us how horrible we are. Yeah. Do you guys remember when the Captain America movie came out and they were all worried about maybe it was too patriotic?
I remember that all too well. It was like, is this the Stars and Stripes? Come on, really? In this era? Maybe I remember a number of journalists and reviewers saying maybe right after September 11th or something this would have worked, but now, save your fucking self-hate or whatever the fuck it is for something else. Leave it out of the review.
But we get that. I mean, it's literally with everything. I mean, look, I don't know if you guys have looked over the Oscar list.
Nope.
The only thing in there that is remotely, what's the word I'm looking for? controversial as far as SJWs would go is Vice. That's it. Everything else is like, yeah, I expected that.
I mean, miss the train a little bit with Vice. It's a motherfucking comedy, y'all. It's a comedy. And it's nominated for Best Picture. Why? Well, it goes after, the fucking GOP, so fuck them. You guys are sad in the Academy and out in fucking Hollywood. Like, y'all are really sick.
There's a bunch of SJWs who are mad that it's even nominated. And they're mad not because of what even the movie's about, but it's because it's Cheney. That's it.
But I mean, it totally lambasts them, though.
I know. Look, preach into the choir, dude.
Okay, all right.
They're mad about it because they don't fucking know. They're not that bright. It's what you got. It's America bad.
And within 5 years, they'll do a Trump movie the same way, and it'll win a bunch of awards.
It'll be made by Oliver Stone.
So get this. We're talking about the Oscars, right? If I've seen the list, and we were joking about it in Discord, then Crowder put together.
I'm not playing that game. I don't want to die.
Yeah, I think this is really clever and funny. He puts together a drinking game where anytime somebody says one of the following words and he tweets out this list, you got take a shot during their acceptance speech when somebody says one of these things. And the list is as follows: Trump, fear, hate, brave, feminism, human rights, diversity, LGBT, racism, equality, borders, wall, dreamers, nationalism, immigration, and no human is illegal.
Oh, Jesus.
Look, I have great tolerance, but I cannot live through that.
No one can.
I'm Irish, and that would kill me.
But that
I'm sorry. What'd you say, Peter? We keep talking over Peter.
Sorry, Peter.
I just said buzzwords are plenty.
Oh yeah, buzzwords.
I missed about 3, but
what's so clever to me about it is, if you look at this individually, like, and you're not in current year, and let's say you weren't paying attention somehow, right? You'd be like, wait a minute, how's that a drinking game? Why would you think those things would come up? And it's like, right, it's a movie awards show. Why would people be talking about these things during their acceptance speeches? That tells you the level of virtue signaling that's going on out of Hollywood, that that this is a drinking game. You can't possibly win. You will die if you try playing it through the whole 3 hours of the show. You'll die.
Well, that's why I said I don't watch the Oscars, but I do love them. And it's because every fucking year, as soon as they're over, the internet blows up because some jackass is up there saying things that have nothing to fucking do with movies, but they're letting you know how virtuous they are.
And their anger at what won, or their applause at what won, because of some identitarian thing.
Yes.
Black for the first, right? First director that's black or Asian or whatever the fuck. First writer that's this and that. And the first writer who won for a major blockbuster film. And it's like, wow, you had to reach for the first on that one, but you found it. Good for you, I guess. Or anger that you didn't win. Hashtag Oscars so white. Go to hell.
Has there been a writer who was crippled?
Probably, but I bet you it never got brought up.
Hashtag Oscars so ableist. Wow.
I could bang out a story because you don't even have to try.
I thought that's how they get all their jobs in Hollywood.
Well, I see what you did there. But and start a movement to get my movie made. That would be awesome.
See, Monkey, I think you're missing out on the chance to take advantage of the ableism of the country in the era of Trump. You need
Wait, hang on. Steven says the Misery writer was crippled. Oh, for the screenplay, but it was still a Stephen King book, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that doesn't count.
Originally.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to make an original screenplay. That's different.
Yeah, and as a crippled lesbian, you should be able to get a role.
Oh, fuck yeah. I forgot about the lesbian stuff.
You can't forget about the lesbian characters.
I'm a lesbian cripple.
I'm pretty proud of this. Check this out. I tweeted, and I saw that Dax like this. Dax knows about this. I took all 15 terms and I turned them into a single sentence. Because it was a challenge. Can I make all of these buzzwords, as Peter said, they are buzzwords, into one sentence to see if I can make someone take 15 shots at one time? It was a challenge, but I made it work. Here it is. In the age of Trump's nationalism, where racism is commonplace, we remain brave, standing for equality, feminism, human rights, and diversity, affirming that no human is illegal and that dreamers and the LGBT community need allies in the face of hate, border walls, and fear of immigration.
Nice.
I feel like you should have worked the word resist in there somewhere.
Oh yeah, you need hashtag
no.
resist.
It wasn't on the list.
That's true. That's true.
I was
That'll be your break from the rest of the words.
Okay, we have to have a Krasenstein break.
Yes,
Ugh.
by all means.
Brian Krasenstein tweeted out a story, probably written by his shitty little, by his Hill reporter. He says, all I can say is that if Beto, whatever the fuck his name is, jumps into the race, I'm excited.
Beta Robbie.
To which I replied, really like the white guy, eh? How diverse of you.
I like how we had to take a Krasenstein break that's sort of like a hit yourself in the face break.
It is. It's our punch yourself in the nuts break each night.
I do want to talk about one thing before we get off of comics, and this is my righteous outrage moment. God,
before you do that,
outrage. Okay.
Where can they find you talking more about comics?
They can find me over at, hold on. I'm so glad I got this personalized URL.
CBC.
Yeah.
I was trying to set you up there.
There. Okay. Yeah, I know. I just didn't have it ready. Okay.
Slow to the mic.
You can find me over at that link right there. It's just YouTube /polydub, where Jack and I rage about all sorts of things. Well, along with Inquisitor, everything related to comics and all the stuff around it. They give us so much to talk about. It's frightening. We can never get through everything, and we go like 2.5 hours when we plan on going an hour and a half. But we have a lot of fun with it. Lots of great bands. It's a good time. So check it out by all means. If you like it, subscribe. But the outrage
They never start late. Never.
They never what?
Start late.
They never start late.
They were always on time. We're extremely punctual. It's true. This morning, we got really depressing, sad news in the Comicsgate bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jack was there. I saw him in chat where Umbrella Guy was tweeting about it or talking about it. And there's a guy inside of Comicsgate, like who's friends with everybody, named Edwin Boyette. Nicest guy in the world, Monkey and Dax. This guy's so nice. He's so laid back and chill. We talk about him like sounding like a grizzled noir detective. He's like, my name's Edwin Boyette. He's just laid back, super Christian guy, nice as hell, actually does readings of like New Testament passages on his own website, thinks that the way that comics have gone have been terrible. He's like like I say, he's a religious guy, but he's not a holy roller. He's not trying to convince anybody. It's just who he is. He got fucking swatted this morning.
Why?
Jesus fucking Christ.
What? Because he's with Comicsgate. This was his offense. He lives out in Hawaii on Honolulu, right? He wore a t-shirt to the comic book convention he went to, and it said #Comicsgate, #I stand with Vic, for the Vic Mignola thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all his t-shirt said. Yeah? And Twitter Voldemort, Renfamous, and SJW Spider-Man, 2 shit disturbers on Twitter, rabid anti-Comicsgate people, tweeted out this picture that he himself put out, and like, et cetera, et cetera. This guy's so bad. Renfamous tweeted out, I don't know the people who are running this convention, but they should assign someone to follow this guy because he's obviously dangerous.
They don't even know what that word means. Dangerous for their ideology, maybe.
Yeah, that was yesterday. This morning, bright and early, he's got a TAC team outside of his house because somebody called the police and said, they were him. My name is Edwin Boyette, and I just murdered my wife and I'm suicidal.
Which is, they used the same scenario that was done to Peter Simeti a week ago.
So didn't that exact thing happen?
Yep.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah.
These people are insane.
They're insane.
Yeah.
And Deborah Miller says, yeah, I saw Ethan Van Sciver's stream that he was on. He was so calm. Yeah, Van Sciver had a stream after Umbrella Guy did, and Edwin Boyette came on. Should have seen how chill he was about the whole thing. He's like, look, everybody, just don't blame people. I mean, it's likely who we think it is, of course, because of what happened yesterday. But if you don't know, you don't know. Keep calm. And they were like, how can you be this calm? Someone asked. You know what he does? He quotes the Psalm he goes, hey, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil because I know you are with me. And it's like, dude, you're a fucking saint, man. Like,
Edwin's ex-military. He's been around a lot of guns before, so it probably didn't freak him out nearly as much as it would a normal person.
Yeah, his wife was freaked out, though.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't be? I'm sure he was pretty freaked out, too, but he's just a laid-back personality. So he's probably just presenting a little less freaked out than he was, which, you know, all power to him. He handled it way better than I would have. But the interesting element is the fact that he lives in Hawaii, and it was probably done from the U.S. Continental.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mainland. Thank you. That makes it a federal thing because it's going to be over the wire then. So now the FBI couldn't get involved in this, and they should be able to ferret out whoever did this.
Real quick, thank you, Snubber. Vic's supporters are now out shouting his haters. He may get redemption. Also, his fellow VAs are shitting themselves.
Yeah,
Voice
they are.
actors. Yeah.
Snub sent them to me earlier where they're like saying, well, I mean, there's been a lot of talk on both sides and we need to stop the hate.
Yeah, of course. Real quick, G-Nod says swatting is going to get someone dead, for fuck's sake. It already has. It has. And the wrong fucking guy even. That was in Kansas, wasn't it?
Yeah, like that. And the dude had no remorse for it either. He's just like, yeah, I'm sorry the guy died, but it was a joke.
And people say, what's dangerous about doxing people? Who cares? And it's like, you have to have someone's docs or at least some of their information to be able to swat them. You got to have their address, their name, etc. I mean, admittedly, Edwin Boyat's name is out there, but his particular address where he lives and so forth, no, that means somebody has that information. And once it's out there and you have everybody online that's, a pathological jerk off, like SJW Spider-Man saying, look at this guy, he's dangerous. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, that's why I don't get my mail sent to where I live. I have a box in another town because my name's out there, and you know what city I live in. So that makes it a lot easier to find me. And that's something that everybody on the internet that does any kind of commentary should kind of be worried about these days because these people are nuts.
So what is?
I don't know. I'm the opposite of that. I used to actually use my real name online on YouTube. I'm just Peter now, but I don't fucking. Everyone knows I live in Melbourne. It's pretty easy. It wouldn't be hard to find where I actually live. I don't really have a problem with it though. I'm not stressed about it. I don't really say much shit. I troll a lot on Twitter and stuff, but I don't think anyone really gives a fuck. So I've never had any problems with it.
I tend to piss off a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't make content. I don't make videos, and I don't actually, criticize people or make response videos. So, again, no one gives a fuck what I have to say, really.
If my docs ever gets out there, the first thing I will do is go to the police and tell them, look, this is what I do. This is what can happen. Just because there are people who have to do that now. The guy from last week, what's his name?
Oh,
the Peter Semitic guy.
Peter Semitic.
Yeah, he mentioned it. I've been to the police. They know to look for this now. But yeah, if my docs ever gets out there, fuck yeah, that'll be the first thing I do. Because
I remember Andy. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're right. Andy had to do the same thing. And it's a sad reality that people have to do that because it's fucking retarded. Scrappy got doxed bad. I didn't know Scrappy got doxed.
So
Scrappy in the chat got doxed.
Really? It's one of these idiots, and I don't want to say her name again, but she had a pinned tweet on her account saying, on her Twitter account, which is like her sole source of attempting fame. Her pinned tweet was, anyone that's been harassed or named by Yellow Flash Umbrella Guy, Ethan Van Sciver, any one of these Vic supporting assholes, I suggest that you call your local law enforcement and warn them that you might get doxxed.
Mm-hmm.
because these people are dangerous and this situation is real. And it's like, okay, who's actually been swatted, you fucking bitter hole of a person? Peter Semitic, who's not even pro Comicsgate. He just didn't want anything to do with it. But some asshole that probably follows you and loves everything that you're saying thought that this guy deserved to get it because he wasn't down with the anti-Comicsgate side. He wasn't down with A side. He didn't want any part in it. I want him on our side, but he's not, and that's his call. And they fucking swatted him over it.
Swatting is attempted murder.
It really is.
It is. Real quick, Deborah says, police hands are tied, though. They have to take killing wife seriously. Yes, what they do in that case is they actually call you. You give them an actual contact number so that you can call them. No, this hasn't happened. You can come out and check. But that way you don't have, the fucking SWAT team at your door ready to shoot.
I agree with people when they point out, it's like, come on, even if you call them and tell them in advance, they have to take every call like that seriously. It would be negligent not to. And it's like, yeah, I hear you. I know what you mean. It's true.
The easiest way to diffuse this would be to repeal women's rights so that they're property again. And then it's just a citation.
So she still has that tweet up when it was unconscionable that Peter Sumedi, nicest guy in the world, who gets apparently doxxed, labeled as an alt-right white nationalist, whatever the fuck hater. The guy's Asian, of course, or half Asian. It's like, nice job, assholes. You didn't even realize that when you're calling him all these names. He must be white, is the assumption. If he's not on our side, he must be white, even though most of these people are white. That was outrageous enough. But then this guy, Edwin Boyette, getting swatted. It's like, of all people, the nicest fucking guy in the world. Never says a bad word about anybody. He just wants quality comics back. You know what I mean? And has the balls to say it because, 10 years in the infantry. The guy was in Bosnia, monkey. Can you imagine the shit he's seen in his life? Wow.
Indeed.
Yeah. So nice, laid back, religious guy. And that guy, that's who you pick as your fucking target, you scumbags. So people are bombing on Remphamis now. Well, Voldemort. Saying these things. She changed her pinned tweet. You want to know what it says now? I don't know why Comicsgate thinks trying to tie me falsely to felonies will magically make everyone in the comic industry stop hating them.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Steven says, why are we unable to trace the people who make the SWAT calls? Swatting exists because people can get away with it. How do they get away with it? They often don't. There's people end up in jail over this. The problem is those stories don't get as much attention. The last time we had any that got real attention was when the guy got shot down in Kansas.
And they're calling from, unless they're, Smollett level incompetent morons, they're calling from a burner phone. They're calling from a VoIP phone, where it's like very difficult to trace. Not that it's impossible. I'm not saying it's not, but yeah, I think they're taking at least beginning precautions. If you buy a burner phone, even from the city you're in, if you're not in like a small town, it's pretty easy to get away with harassing calls or swatting calls. Because like, how's it ever going to be associated with you? If you bought it with cash, you weren't stupid enough to sign your fucking name to it like Smollett did.
Buy it with a check. Yeah. Oh my God, guys, we are way past the 2-hour mark here.
And we didn't mention boobs once.
Yes, we did.
Good boobs.
No, we didn't. But I did. It is a fact that I brought up boobs again.
I let you have it. I was going to say boobs the very first thing we started.
I know, but I did it with Booby Nightwing.
Yeah,
I was listening for it, and I was like, "Oh fuck, I did it again." But guys, if you want to know more about all of that, check out last night's show when you can actually hear Ego Jones clap her titties together.
She did.
Jesus Christ, I love this show. I really do. Chat, thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. Thank you for the donations. Cannot tell you, seriously, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that, because this is my job and you're my boss. And thank you so much for doing that. Let's start with Polly. Polly, anything you want to shill today?
Yeah, I'm just gonna shill my own channel, but really that's the home of comic book curation, where Jack, Inquisitor, and I get together and talk about comic books. There's the link in the description, or in chat rather. Where we do a stream every Wednesday at around 10. We're supposed to start, but we try our best to, we
not be there and then. Yeah.
No, we sometimes start late. I won't deny it, but it's because we're organizing stories to provide high quality content for our fantastic audience.
Yeah, let's go with that. We're just chatting away.
And yeah, anyway, we have a good time, and I've recorded, and I'm going to be starting to put up individual fast pitch comic reviews, where not roasting, but actual comics that I like, quality stuff that you can check out and find usually used for cheap. So yeah, stay tuned. We're going to be doing some great new stuff.
When he says Wednesdays at 10, he means 10 p.m. Eastern time, guys.
I do. Yes. Sorry about that. 10 p.m. Eastern.
I'm here to help. Peter, anything you'd like to shill tonight?
No, not really. Just Minions of the Zoo. Even though I'm never on, it starts like 20 minutes before I have to leave for work every night, so I
really?
don't get to stream. Yeah, it starts 3:30. Oh, hang on. It starts 3:30 p.m. every afternoon here, and I leave at about 3:45. So I don't, except for Sunday. Today's pretty much the only day I get to. Actually, Saturday too, but it's always game night. So, and I can't play the games that they play. So
that is
besides that,
Minions of the Zoo on the Minions of the Zoo channel, 11:30 p.m. Eastern time every evening.
Yeah, and just so I've been on there, Monkey's been on there, Prospero's on there regularly, Jack was on there a whole bunch, rotating guests. Inquisitor actually hosts it every Monday. It's a fun time, conversational, half an hour after Lords of the Night ends. So if you want something to watch and some friendly, familiar folks, by all means, pop on by.
Dax, it's your turn. Anything you'd like to shill?
No.
Thank you. And Jack, anything you'd like to shill tonight?
I think Peter should make videos.
Fair enough. Peter,
The
make
Real
videos.
Australia, starring Peter.
I made one video about whether cereal is soup.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Go check it out if you like. But if you think cereal is soup, then probably don't watch it because you won't like it.
Look, he's wrong, but it's still a good video. Go watch. Let's see. Tonight we don't have Lords of the Night, so we will be gaming. I'm not sure what time. Satsu has some stuff going on in real life, so make sure you check Twitter. And if you're not following me on Twitter, you should be, because I'm awesome. With that, guys, we're gonna wrap this one up. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. I'd like to thank Polly, Peter, Dax, and Jack. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. Everyone, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
That is.
Bye.
Have a good night, everyone.
Hit like.
We out.
Hitler. What?